consecutive Sunbowls, I believe.
Yes, I think you might be right.
For 5 in a row.
For 5 in a row, yeah. You may be tempted if they get this, then how many coming back?
Of course, they still got a uphill battle. I know they're not looking towards there.
No, absolutely.
Speaking to Coach Leon as well, they know they've got a fight in their hands. So,
yeah, we're down here in the beautiful Langlands Park in Stones Corner for the evening. Thanks to East Tigers for having us for the night. We'll see the kickoff here by the Rhinos with the Ravens to receive. We have, I think it's number 6, Ethan Kimura, and
Chris Clark.
Number 5, Chris Clark. Both overseas imports. Chris Clark, Americans, made his home here. Ethan from Japan is here for the year, and this kick will be returned by Clark. He will find a little bit of space, breaks the first tackle, finds a little bit more, and a great hit by number 16.
It was a great tackle there by number 16.
Davey Perucci.
Yeah, Davey's done a good job to take him low there. Chris is quite an explosive player. He will run over you.
Absolutely. He's definitely one of the sort of dynamic speedsters in the league, and also preps pretty well.
100%. I've been on the receiving end of some of those. They're not too fun.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm receiving a concussion for one of them.
Oh, good.
We'll see the Ravens offense here take over on their own 25.
There's a flag down as well. Already.
The laundry coming out early.
Yeah.
Just wait to hear the call here. Head ref tonight, Andrew Stock. Oh, we may have missed the call on that one, but it has gone against the Ravens. So good chance on a kick return. It's a block in the back or some kind of blocking infraction.
Fantastic starting position here for the Rhinos D. If they can get some pressure, which they do like to bring.
Absolutely. Look for number 95, Jordan Scanlon in the middle there, trying to bust his way up. See Stegman taking the snap and handoff early to running back.
And speak of the devil, number 4, Jordan Scanlon, made the tackle.
No. In the running back, number 30, Terrell Butcher. So that will see us bring up a second down and very long 9. Bit of background around the Ravens offense. Mr. Reeves played for the Ravens for a number of years, so you can sort of give us some info there.
Look, I was backup QB, and being a backup to Stegs is quite a tall order here. But they're probably looking to run the ball. The rain and the weather has sort of eased up here. As you can see, they're going for the pass. Bit of stray here.
I'll just turn down our... Sorry, just sorting out some of the technical difficulties, folks.
And the intended target there was Russell Bones Warwick, who's a big feature in this Ravens offense. This Ravens offense has the ability to do both. They've got some rookie running backs this year, so different to the last few years, featuring Darius, Holiday Miller, and they still got Chris Farrer as well, which is a huge piece of the puzzle there.
So third down here, and we have Stegman in the gun. Can't bring the ball down. Bring up an early 4th down for the Ravens offense. The Rhinos have got to be pretty happy with this as a first up drive. This high-powered Ravens offense is pretty hard to stop usually early.
100%. They're bringing that pressure that we talked about, which is they've got them right where they want them now. The Rhinos are definitely going to be feeling themselves with the way they've come into the comp as well. They come in the hard way with 2 pretty handy wins against the Stingrays. So
yeah, absolutely.
They've started this on the right foot.
Look to see number 11 here, Mitch Bessie, roll out to the side before he punts. Bit of Ravens pet play. Sometimes he'll pull it down and just take it himself.
Cheeky.
But I think they'll look to get rid of it here, considering the field position. It is sent down, and the ball bounces, and it will be... Well, it's
dicey.
Dicey play there.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out.
Absolutely. For the uninitiated at home, when the ball's kicked downfield, the Ravens or the kicking team can't recover the ball unless it's been touched by a Rhinos player. So in that situation, you usually just let the Ravens pick up the ball, and it's a change of possession.
I believe it's 35 there. If he fumbled that and pushed it forward, the Ravens would have, I guess, the ability to take that ball into the house and get 6 points on the board.
Yeah, being on the end of one of those, it's not much fun.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So he'll see the Rhinos here just short of halfway in the shotgun, 2-by-2 formation. The handoff up the middle and brought down by number 7, Tom Hodgkinson.
Tommy's been a big leader for the Ravens this year as well. As you can see, he's Sun Devils rep in this last comp. So he's definitely riding the high of that, and he's that sort of leader at the front there in the linebacker position.
And absolutely one of those sideline to sideline defenders.
100%. Yeah.
Like you notice him when he's not out there on that Ravens defense.
It changes, yeah. He can definitely get to either sideline in a couple seconds, so
You're looking
huge
at
piece.
2nd and 8 here. 2 by trips formation to the right. Another handoff, no, fake. And we have some whistles.
The Zebras are calling it back. We've got a flag on the field.
Be false start on the offense. So someone on the offense has jumped before the snap of the ball.
You put your money on it.
Absolutely. We'll look here. Oh yeah, the right guard has gone a little early. For those playing along at home, as an offense, you get to the line, the QB says down, everybody has to be set for a second before you can snap the ball. You can have one play in motion, but not going forwards.
Yes, correct.
So we will see 2nd down and 12 here from the Ravens 41. Back in that 2-by-2 formation, Wood in the backfield with the QB, handoff up the middle, and good for about 4 yards.
You wouldn't be surprised. Tom Hodgkinson involved there as well with the pressure. Probably
Absolutely.
assist tackle there, the Matt Bailey. So the middle linebacker is going to be a key feature here for the Ravens D. Definitely, Matt Bailey's more of a downhill guy, and you got sort of complements that with Tom Hodgkinson's skill set. So look for them to be making plays all day.
Absolutely. Looking at sort of towards the Rhinos offense, number 1 at running back, Riley Wood, probably one of the key pieces to their offense.
Dangerous. Yeah, he's very dangerous.
He's a small body back. He's fast, but he generally makes the first man miss. We see the 2-by-2 formation again. QB, and he is absolutely met by 4 big birds. And
Seems
see
like
someone down here, someone down injured, which is no good. I've put the commentator's curse on Riley there, that's for sure.
I think that's Adders.
So number 92, Neil Thompson.
Yeah, might be his ribs to see here. Oh, he's got... not sure what's happened. All right.
Some big contact in there.
Well, I don't like that. Usually twisters like that are lower body, so hopefully it's not a knee or an ankle. That's a big loss to lose Neil Thompson here already. He's a key feature on that D-line.
So I've sort of had some fans write in from Coach Shane Prosser. Said if Tommy Buns Hodgkinson, number 7 for the Ravens, makes a play, he's signed for GFL2 side Oldenburg Knights this week.
There you go. So he's already... You could write that out. Hey, Tommy, congrats, mate. You're already in there.
Thanks for the inside word, Shane. So while this injury break happens, back to the Rhinos offense. Obviously, Riley Wood, sort of the key man. If they get him moving, across the ground, it's pretty hard to stop that Rhinos offense.
Yeah.
The QB in at the moment, and has been for most of the season, Liam Anderson, I believe was a part of the juniors side in part of the Rhinos. Taken over from Mitch Bradford this season. Mitch,
the hefty lefty.
Yeah, having a few injury issues over the last couple of years. So.
Yeah. No, and talking to Coach Leon, just last night, he did say they're very well aware of the impacts that Riley Wood and Liam can make here today.
And we'll see here back in punt formation being 4th down. So both offenses trading 3 and outs. We'll see the snap go back, the punt, looking for the corner here.
That too.
Dangerous, this punt return team from the Ravens, and that is a great one-on-one tackle by number 23 from the Rhinos.
There's a bit of rain coming down now too.
Emmanuel Cos.
Look for this, both offenses to sort of rely heavily on this run. The ball's going to get a bit slick, but the Rhinos' defense and special teams right now, their angles, their pursuit, their tackling has been on point.
Absolutely. Talking to Coach Saxby and Coach Tim before the game, this is exactly the start they wanted. They wanted to come out fast. They wanted to come out hard. Obviously, they would have liked to move the ball a little bit. Of course. That first defensive series was pretty much the perfect start.
This weather sort of leads to an OG game of a defense sort of run the show. So we'll see how it goes as the game goes on.
Absolutely. See the Ravens right here, putting his head down and trying to make a few yards. That's rookie running back Terrell Butcher. Well, rookie for the men's side. Yes. Did play for the Logan City Bears juniors for a number of years. Moved to the Ravens last year. Started in their junior side and now starting to make an impact in the men's side. And we'll see the Ravens come out here in second down and about 4 yards. Stegman back, looking for the handoff again to Butcher. Makes a move, but is wrapped up by number 47, Trey Fuimaoli.
That Rhinos defense, just from the D-line to the linebackers to the secondary, all flowing to the ball. They've definitely got their ears pinned back and looking to make these tackles. It's going to be a close game, it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Rhinos defense is a little bit like the Raptors defense. Shane and I were talking about last night in the juniors game, and that they're like a momentum defense.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
when it's going well, it just gets better and better. But if it starts going badly, it just kind of just snowballs as well. So.
And like I said to you before off air, is they're feeling themselves at the moment. It's a false start perhaps there by Jordan Scanlon, but they're going with it.
Ethan Kimura is out.
No laundry on the line, but let's see what's going on here.
Well, I thought he might have come up a little bit hurt there, but he seems to be good.
Yeah, it might have been a false start there.
Yeah, I think someone from the Ravens.
It's encroachment, number 4.
Oh, yeah. Jordan Scanlon just getting a little too excited and getting into that Ravens O-line before the ball snapped.
Yeah, excuse me. It's been a minute since I've been around a football game, so I'll try and dial in the terminologies for those who know much more about the game than me.
So the net result is the Ravens gain an extra 5 yards, and it still remains third down.
Oh, so they're going the second.
Second down, sorry.
First.
There will be enough for a first down because it was 4 yards.
There we are. So yeah, as I was talking about offline, the Rhinos definitely be feeling themselves with the way they've come into the finals, having 2 pretty strong wins against the Stingrays, who are also a formidable team.
Absolutely. See Stegman handing off to Butcher again, looking for a lane, not really finding it, and just being held up at the Rhinos D-line. Can't help but wonder if there was actually a lane there. He's just missed it.
Still early in the game as well, and like you said, they'll be riding this momentum. Oh, hang on.
And they're saying it's a turnover.
There we are.
Zolke's been held up and been stripped. So the officials in the box next to us are also having a look. So he's been held up and he's been...
They've gone number 90 there, who is Michael Gilmore, sort of getting that ball. I don't know who's ended up with it as well, but he was the one to get the initial contact around the ball.
Yeah, it's just going to be interesting whether they're going to call his full momentum stopped or not. You see the Rhinos here trying to get a play off quickly before the Ravens look at challenging it. Wood up the middle, taken by Liam Anderson with some space. He's made the corner. I've just lost him. Apologies, folks. We just lose through one of the posts in the commentary box. He has been stopped about 2 yards out from the line. What a pull.
Good little scamper there. Yeah. He's got some wheels on him.
Looking at that sort of zone read type play. QB's looking for that left defensive end to see what he's doing.
If he's biting on the running back, or is he taking him? He's just sitting at home waiting for the QB to come out.
Yep, and if he charges downhill trying to catch the running back, he's just going to pull that out and take off with it.
He seems like he's got some wheels on him. Left hand.
They've come up with a holding call on the offense, unfortunately, so that play is going to come back.
That's unfortunate.
We're going to try and see where the hold is there, but he's pulled that well.
Camera can't even keep up.
Oh, wonder if Zero there, Calder Shanks, has been pulled up on the hold. Also, Calder Shanks returned to the Australian shores and playing for the Rhinos.
Yeah. He'll be very displeased with himself, to say the least, with that. So look for him to sort of come out firing now to try and make a play to get his yardage back.
Looking at 1st and 12 here for the Rhinos. Handing off to Wood, and that will be good for about 2.5 yards.
Feels like both defenses, the front D line and the linebackers are really flowing to the ball, cutting those lanes. With Riley Wood, talking to Coach Leon last night, stated that if he gets a lane, he's gone. He can really be a pace changer for the game. So their focus was really sort of trying to slow him down where they can, because they believe the Rhinos go as he goes. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep that up as the game progresses.
Absolutely. See that 2x2 formation for the Rhinos they're predominantly based out of. That's 2 receivers set to each side. Anderson dropping back, under pressure, trying to get away, drops 1 tackle. Bailey on the chase. Anderson trying to turn the corner, throws it away, and it is dropped by the Ravens DB. A bit of a speculator throw on there.
I'm not sure who that Ravens DB was in there, but that reminds me much of myself. I've got hands for bricks.
That's why he's playing DB, right?
Sure. Happens to the best of us, all right?
Yeah, good elusiveness by Anderson to, see the pressure, turn out of it and get on the run, running for his life.
He's done very well there.
One would think it might have just been slightly better to throw it away. Targeting Max Williams, probably one of the key targets on that Rhinos offense. We'll see the Rhinos come out here.
There's the Mahomes era now. Everyone's trying to extend plays.
Absolutely. Third down and extremely long. The Ravens will show a bit of pressure here. Flags on the play.
Nice pursuit there by the Ravens D.
Penny Baker, the third on the catch.
With this weather, it seems like both teams are sort of going, doing underneath plays as well. So a lot of these screens we've seen, of course, the run is heavily featuring at the moment. So we'll see what the call is here. See what the Zebras are doing. Seems to be offsides defense.
So that's going to give the Rhinos another 5 yards and a repeat of the down. So, very much more manageable 3rd and 5.
Tricky position here as well. The Ravens bring the pressure, or they try and just play at the sticks, try and get them the 4th, and then force the Rhinos to make a decision whether they're going to attempt to kick or go for it.
I feel like you've got to rely on that tough Ravens D-line just to get some pressure through there. I realise the Rhinos O-line is a big unit.
Yes, they are big boys.
And some, well-experienced guys on there. Ryan Glasson at centre. Anderson looking to think, late QB draw, and that is good enough for the first down and some more?
Perhaps. It looks like they've made
about
8 yards on that.
Yeah, about 8 yards. So it'll be enough for the first down. Nice little halfback delay run.
That draw, the draw is cheeky there. Gives the O-line to set their blocks and a couple of boys to get downfield to hit that secondary.
Yeah, looking out there, I'm just saying the centre, Ryan Glasson, plenty of experience playing overseas in GFL, German football league.
Yep.
So, great having a guy like that back in the middle, just, telling the rest of the boys where to go and where to be. Anderson dropping back, handing off to number 36, Jure Fuimoli. Believe they're brothers, but I'm sorry if I'm incorrect.
Could be cousins, could be who knows what.
Yep.
Could just be pure chance. Now, that's Jack Capewell there on the tackle. There's a report that this is his last game as well. Now, he's come on through the Ravens juniors or Colts program since around 2013. So this is a big day for him to sort of make an impact.
Yeah, Rhinos out here and with a 2-back formation. Calder Shanks in the backfield. Looking, a handoff again to Fuimoli, but he's wrapped up by number 74, Jerry Fa'agata.
Yeah, there's Jerry and Bailey there. I wonder who's going to get the tackle creds there. They'll be fighting about it in the locker room. Again, both defenses sort of on point here, really flowing to the ball well. It's on the O-lines, I guess, now to sort of plug those holes. Seems both defenses are bringing the pressure.
Thank you, Jenna, from the comments saying they are indeed brothers. I got it right.
There we are. We're sorted.
So we'll see the Rhinos here, 3rd and 10 here. Be interesting to see what they come here with the 2-back formation. Shanks in motion across the formation. Anderson dropping back, throwing deep, and just out of the hands of the receiver. So this will bring up 4th down. I'm assuming we'll see the Rhinos field goal units come out here, but
perhaps. Yeah, looks like Liam's going on the sideline. Yeah, and that sort of follows suit. They're going to go for 3 here.
So we're looking, just looking at where the balls.
Where are we at?
So 25. So
plus 7.
Yeah, so we're looking about a 30.
Yeah, around a 30, 25 yarder.
Yeah. Interesting comment about Capewell. I think the Ravens side is starting to get to that point where there's going to be not a drop-off, but you're going to see the old heads and the experience start to disappear from that team.
Which is the Rhinos have an advantage in that sense, I guess, in the league that they've sort of developed
The field goes up, and the field goal is well and truly wide.
Truly wide, you're right. But we won't speak on that. On to what we'll, given the Rhinos props there, is they've developed well since I think Coach Booker come back a few years.
Yeah.
There's a big development or focus, I guess, on the development of the youth. And a lot of those guys now, or kids at that point, are now playing up. So I guess that development there is key. So you might even see the Rhinos being the emerging sort of leaders in the GQ.
Yeah, absolutely.
However, still the Rays,
still the
Bears, still plenty of other teams that can stack up and take that plate. So it'll be interesting to see where that power dynamic changes.
Yeah, you're certainly not wrong there. It's kind of like the Stingrays of probably, I guess, the mid 2010s when they started to tail off a little bit. When I first started playing, they were a scary team to play, big, physical, but were aging.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Absolutely sucked.
Chris Farah with a good, solid run. Is that a bigger bodied bloke?
Yeah, veteran, ex-veteran as well.
Yep.
Well, ex-veteran, I guess you remain a veteran.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but hard-nosed guy, loves a wet track too, so he's definitely sort of your LeGarrette Blunt sort of type.
Yeah, he just
drop his head and shoulders
it up the middle.
He's going to run over you. He's going to try at least anyway.
And it's quite interesting how many tackles he does break. So Stegman handing off across the formation to number 13, who finds a lane, and he is good for about 12 or 13. So, as I said, for a... Oh, was it 30? Sorry, my bad.
No.
Yeah, for a, still I'm not calling him fat, just a bigger bloke. He still can get to the outside and make those yards.
Thick boy, I love to see it because I am one myself. So
Absolutely.
I love to see a big guy moving. It seems like the Ravens might be leading on a bit of sort of seniority here and letting Tyrell maybe take the second RB snaps here.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring the known entity in. Come out some of those traditional plays you see from the Ravens with Farah receiving, a lot more space on that outside and good for another 5 yards. I mean, these are the bread and butter Ravens plays that you see week in, week out.
Pulling centers, pulling guards, get them to the edge. You saw Matt Ole there flying to the edge, which I'd look to do to get those big guys in motion to sort of hit that secondary, which sort of opens up a lot more lanes for the running backs to hit. Again.
Absolutely. There is a penalty on the...
it's coming all the way back.
I imagine it was probably holding and missed it, unfortunately.
Looked like a 10-yarder almost.
Yep. So good chance that was holding.
It'll be interesting to see how the how Birdtown respond here. They got Tyrell back at RB. Got Trey Wright.
See the handoff to Butcher, but no, Stegman has pulled it, and he will be good for about a good 15 yards.
He's kidding himself if he thinks he's not playing again this year. When you see plays like that, and he's like, I want to give it up. No, you still got it, Steg. So, again, effective job. Sort of matching to see what Liam's done on the other side of the QB ball as well, sort of getting them involved with the run. So it'll be interesting to see if they sort of try and one-up each other as the game goes on.
Yeah, so the young gun versus the old dog.
Yeah. Trying to show him how
Jared
to do it.
Stegman, experienced QB. He's played for Australia. He's played in Germany, Japan, all the way around the world. Stegman drop backs, fakes the handoff, rolls out, throws to number 5, and then that is picked off. And he's found a little bit of space, and he will be hit hard through the middle by, I believe, Tank Senapati.
It was a great pick there by Valerio Tetamanti. The pressure on Stegman sort of made him put the ball out a little too far ahead of the receiver, and he just broke down on there. Seems like the Rhinos, the secondary, sort of playing over the top there.
Absolutely, they're great backside pressure from the D-line. Just hurrying him up a little, not quite getting set enough to throw that pass.
I'm going to be here all day.
Yeah,
so get that ball out.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's a rumor in GQ every year that Jared Stegman is retiring.
Oh, I think he said this 10 years ago.
Yeah, so. But it seems to be becoming closer to being true, I reckon.
Yes.
And we're seeing motion across the formation for Calder Shanks. Throws out to him, made the catch. Sorry, I'll apply that's not Calder Shanks, that is Max Schlatter.
On the tackle there, on the edge is Florian Ziegler, the Swiss Lima, they call him in the Ravens. The funky little black and white stripe hanging out the back of his thing for his game towel. So he's played some Europe ball as well. So the Ravens definitely have a lot of experience in that secondary in both Chris Clark and Florian.
Absolutely.
So Chris Clark played in Italy during the COVID era too, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know how they actually got to play. I think they moved over there and got locked in a house.
Yeah.
Which
unfortunate, yeah. I mean, look, not a bad place to be locked in Italy.
I could think of worse places.
Yeah, it's true.
Number 96, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains first down. That's also the end of the quarter.
So that will be the end of the first quarter. Few announcements coming through from the GQ world. First up being the Nationals for our women's, men's and juniors. Trial letters will go out in the next couple of weeks for those invited to attend and trial, chasing another national championship for all three teams. I think one of the big matchup's going to be is the game against WA. That's going to be a...
it's always a tone setter. Yeah.
A lot of no love lost in that game, that's for sure. But it's going to be awesome to see. For the first time, also regional Queensland gets into their own team into the national comp, the Irukandji.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an exciting thing for the boys up north.
Again, a lot of positive things happen for GQ at the moment. I guess the good thing is just getting exposure. Because I know also that Gridiron Queensland are looking to sort of grow for the women's season this coming year for the 2024 season and looking to get a fourth women's team in. So definitely check the website, check the Facebook, see what teams are local to you. If you're a gal and you want to get in there and smack some bodies, it's always well welcomed.
And if you're not into smacking bodies, we also have the Flag Nationals coming up in Queensland on the 4th and 5th of May. 17th of February is the women's trial. 24th of February is the men's trial. So if you're interested in giving flag football a go, come down, check out those trials, check out the Gridiron Queensland website. Liam Anderson rolling out and throwing the ball away.
Pretty clean ad reads there, I reckon. That was not a bad job.
So, flag's been admitted into the 2028 games. So, there's plenty of opportunity there to, perhaps pave yourself away for an Olympic trip. So
yeah, we've got a lot of people on this field, but that perhaps could, consider themselves Olympians in the coming years, which is crazy to think because, back when we both started playing, it's sort of different sort of space. So
yeah, absolutely.
While people may be concerned about the growth of the game in Australia, it's definitely sort of trending upwards.
Absolutely. And the same thing, I'll come back to it after this play.
Yeah, of course.
So we're looking at 2nd and 14 here for the Rhinos. In the trips formation to the right, backward motioning to the right as well, throwing the ball, DB coming down, missing the tackle, and then Chris Clark shot out of a cannon.
Exactly what I was talking about before.
Yep.
That downhill speed and hit, very Buddha Baker-esque.
Yeah,
right?
It's just not something you want to see, right? You just don't want to see him coming down the field.
It's horrible. Good pressure there as well from Jamal Sinapati. That name in itself, that last name, holds with it a line of athletes across the board, across many sports. So look for him to make some plays today as well.
Yeah, but, no one wants to see Clark out of a cannon unless you're a Raven.
Oh, I don't want it. Yeah, definitely not.
So we'll see here, 3rd and about 17. Wood in motion again, outside, looking. Oh, he just cannot quite bring it down. Just a little bit too high for Schlatter to bring down.
Great effort by Schlatter to try and high point that.
Yeah.
Boys got hops.
Yep, absolutely. Punt team will come out for the Rhinos. On the development side of things, so our youth competition, which is like our 10 to 13-year-olds, is traditionally like a carnival type thing.
Yep.
All about getting kids in helmets and, playing, learning the game. It's really exciting to announce that next year we'll actually have an official competition for that age group.
Which is huge.
So they'll be here this weekend playing, with the big kids and that type of thing, which is, clubs like the Bears and the Raptors who started have been working towards this for a very, very long time, and the Stingrays as well, sorry. I see the punt rolling along the ground. Ethan Nukamura looking like he was going to... He was flirting with it, but he's let it go, and the Ravens will take over on offense.
With the devil on his shoulder saying, go on, take me, take me. Take me to the house.
I mean, I think anybody that's seen Ethan play during the year, I think, I wouldn't be surprised if he backed himself. He's been probably one of the key guys in that Ravens offense, especially catching the ball. Yeah,
he's definitely sort of a plug-and-play sort of guy in talking with Coach Leon. Can play anywhere in receiving. He can play slot on the outside. So the X, Z, and Y. Definitely put him anywhere, he can make a play.
You kind of wonder if the Ravens offense might have struggled a little bit without him this year. Or it's just that they've used him because he was open. See, Butcher with a bit of space almost breaks that other tackle, and it'd be good for about 3 yards. Yeah, I just kind of wondered because like a lot of games I watched, it was very much the Stegman to Nikamura. Yeah, so, and given that the receivers that they've got, you got Bones Russell, you've got Mitch Bessie, that guys that have been around for a long time. Robbie Corkett, Cup. Yeah. So you see Ravens here, 2nd and 8. Stegman surveying the field, drops back.
Pressure.
Throwing out to Corkett, and then it's brought down. Great passing catch.
Oh.
Drops the shoulder.
The Ravens boys are going to love that.
Yeah. Corkett, big human.
He's a big man.
He is a big human.
The nicest man also, but looking at that, pure violence.
Absolutely. And yet, surprisingly, a mild-mannered nurse.
That is such a close play there from Jeremy Cowles.
That could have been 6 the other way very easily. But
Very close.
Good play.
It's the football gods, man. They don't walk in your favour all the time.
Absolutely. I think Stegman might have been holding his breath after a let go there.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to have to make a tackle here.
Without a doubt.
See Stegman handing off to Butcher on the outside, trying to find the corner. Breaks one tackle and is good for about 2 yards.
Nice first cut there. Just seems, again, I've sort of harped on it, and I'll stop now because I'm starting to sound like a broken record. That flow, the linebacker flow today from both defences. Just perfect. Everyone's going sideline to sideline, taking appropriate angles. There's always that 1, 2, first man, second man, third man. So it'd be very interesting to see if there's many broken tackles, because at the moment, very rare to see.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Terrell Butcher is actually in East Rugby League.
There you go.
You know, I know he was in his junior days, so you're going to see here.
Knows the field well.
Yep, runs up the middle again for Stegman himself, taking the ball himself and running downfield.
Big Steg is a big
seeing that a little more tonight than
it'd be good to conserve himself. There's a big defense going up against the likes that bring the pressure, so he's definitely got to protect himself. He's sort of, I guess, Stegman goes as the Ravens offense goes as Stegman goes.
I'm not even sure who the backup QB is for them this year.
Yeah, neither. Maybe Bessie.
Yeah, I guess it would be. I think Pete Moose Brewer, number 0.
He's dynamic.
I'm sure I think he's officially listed as QB2.
Colloquially known as the Jackie Mune of GQ, holding many hats. President of the Ravens. He's a defensive hang on. Yeah, defensive coordinator, perhaps.
Yep, he's DC men's
captain, DC Ravens president, Sun Devils men's head coach. So Jackie Moon, number 0.
I see 3rd and 4 here for the Ravens. Stegman surveying, looking out to the left, looking to Bones Russell, those trio of receivers out on that side. Hands off to Butcher, and will probably be just a little short, I would imagine. Let's see where the spot is. I think he's actually shorter than I thought he was.
Which forces the Ravens to make a decision here. Bessie is sort of trotting out, so maybe they've already made it.
I reckon we see probably that look at that fake punt here, or has Stegger stayed out there?
I lost track of Stegman. He's an elusive man. No, he's out there. They're going for it.
Yeah, I'll look for the hard count here, so they're going to try and draw the Rhinos line offside.
It's a pro play. I used to cheat it and try and get him to jump with me moving. So.
Oh, the QB sneak. Well, not the QB sneak, but the sneak.
Trick play. That's what do they call that in college football? I forget the name for it. Anyway, that's a bit sneaky.
So who's that come in to push the ball over the line?
Robbie, of course.
Robbie Corkett.
It's a tush push.
Big human, and just barrels his way behind that big O-line.
The brotherly shove.
Indeed. Or the tush push, depending on which way you want to call it.
Of course. I love the brotherly shove.
Yeah, I love the brotherly shove as well. So, but, smart little play there.
That is very, I guess using your assets effectively. While Steggs is still an athlete, using the bigger guy to sort of push that pile against the big D-line.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10 again for the Ravens. Stegman dropping back, surveying the field, throwing to Mitch Bessie, who will come down with it. I think it was Mitch Bessie?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bread and butter play for the last, 5 years?
Yeah, and sorry if we don't sound excited.
Yeah.
We've just seen it a million times. It's the best Fox doing his thing. Still great effort there from the defensive back to wrap him up. Bessie's been known to sort of break those up as well if you don't sort of close in on him. So great effort there by the defense.
It's gotten to the point where you see that play and you have the coaches on the sideline as he runs, he's doing this, he's doing this.
You still can't stop it seems like sometimes.
So we'll see another run up the middle here.
It's number 30.
Number 30, Terrell Butcher. Definitely doing the hard yards up the middle.
He's sticking with it. He's definitely waiting for that sort of, that slither, that crack to break it big.
Just keeping that big Rhinos defense honest as well.
Oh, that defensive line. We've got Jordan Scanlon in the middle, who seems to be off at the moment. Oh, he's on the edge. No, he's off.
Yeah, one of the big key guys in there, Trey Fuimoli.
Big boys there.
Big, fast, young, hungry. I see Stegman here.
Stuck in the box.
Dropping back, throwing.
And
he's brought that down. Good coverage by number 3. I mean, ultimately it was a drop by Bailey Tuttle, but he's done enough, just to get in his face.
Yeah,
and
make him use the sideline, still sort of pressuring him out. He definitely hasn't given him that space on the outside, so just using the sideline as another, almost another player. They call it the 12th man sometimes, they call the sideline.
I think Nakamura will be disappointed he didn't come down with that.
Yeah, played a lot of ball in Japan, and also played college in Canada, I believe.
So the rumours are? We'll see here 3rd and 5 for the Ravens.
You tell me. I don't know.
Stegman. Throwing back, throwing over the middle for Bessie. Was he good or was he just out of the back of the end zone?
Well, is it 1 or 2 feet?
1 foot. IFAF rules.
I think he'd be in there, but they're talking about it.
Refs coming back in to have a mosey over this. We've got a couple of video officials in the box tonight. So
packed house is good.
So we'll see if we can see anything here. I think he's probably all right. I just wondered.
Yeah,
he's all right.
Yeah, for sure.
So, unlike the NFL, where you've got get the 2-foot toe drag and to get a catch, we play under the IFAF rules, International Football something. I can't remember what it is.
True.
International American Football. Yeah. Anyway. Pretty much like NCAA college rules. So all you need to do is get 1 foot down and be in control of the ball,
which is handy. Speaking on that, the sort of focus on youth and juniors, I believe Gridiron Queensland has the Future Success Fund. And now this sort of, I believe, is sort of set up to sort of assist the Queensland youth players to sort of pursue their football dreams in going over to the States, whether it's JUCO, flag football, tackle football, at club, state, national level here and domestically as well. And I guess there's sort of a pedigree now of GQ players who have made that transition from GQ over. Yeah. So young fellas have gone over to done JUCO or in Div 1.
Yeah, like how many kids do we get in play Div 1 football?
There's a few fellas that are bouncing around now.
A lot coming from the Rhinos too.
Yes.
And End Zone Academy connection.
Yep.
I want to see Bessie here lining up to take the kick. The same with the Future Fund. There's also the Women's Fund as well to help start growing our sport back up again for the Women's Division. And we'll see Bessie kicking off here. Good solid boot, and that will go out the back of the end zone. Our women's game probably hasn't been as powerful as it has been in the last few years. It's great that we had a comp back this year. Congratulations to the Ravens earlier on, beating the Bears in a 36-0. And probably a game didn't really reflect the score.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the loss of number 44.
Yeah, Kelly Hopkins.
Kelly, she seemed to be a very key feature for the Bears there, and the sort of game changed.
Yeah.
So
Ravens absolutely took advantage of her not being in the middle of the field anymore.
He came around locked up.
Yeah.
She's played over Chicago Force, so then it's and she just takes over. So
yeah, absolutely. We'll see here 1st and 10 for the Rhinos. Wood with a little bit of space. Nice covering by Bailey, and I think that was Jack Capel.
Seemed Riley was being...
It was Florian.
Seemed Riley's been quite conservative then, covering up the ball, just taking the gaps he could. Still a nice gain there for about 5 to 6 yards, which makes this conversion very easier. They still got, a down the plate with, or 2 downs.
Yeah, I think if you're the Rhinos here, you really want to put one on the board.
Yeah.
Like, I think, this is, one of the challenges of playing the Ravens. I'll come to after this play. You'll see the Rhinos in this 2x2 formation. Slatter in motion. Handing off to Wood. Finding a gap. Just escaping the D-line. Breaking another tackle. And Tommy Hodgkinson bringing him down. But he will have maybe just enough for the first down.
Tommy seems confused. There's a flag down. I don't know what this is going to be, whether it's unnecessary roughness or...
Let's say the referee's coming to the box.
Having a look. Seeing what the business is.
See Wood breaking tackles as he went. And I'm not sure what the officials are looking here for.
Be targeting or something like that?
No. Just seeing whether there was a face mask.
They're just looking to see if there was any face masks. Face mask, one of the rougher penalties in Gridiron. It's a 15-yard penalty. So...
Face mask. 7. Defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Got to feel a little Tommy Bond's got to feel a little hard done by there, but
yeah, he seemed a bit confused. So it'll be on him. He'll be looking to sort of make up for that now.
But hey, those sort of penalties for the Rhinos. You take 15 yards down the field, another first down.
You wouldn't complain at all.
So you'll see the Rhinos here just into Ravens territory on the 47, or the Ravens 43. Trips to the left, Anderson dropping back, looking for the open receiver, pulls it down, takes off, finds the vein and slides.
Good protecting himself there.
Yep, just in front of Matt Bailey. You know, smart move. He's not going to make any more. He's just going to take the slide and look after his body.
100%, as we discussed before, that sort of duality of Tommy and Matt Bailey there was sort of in that north-south situation that Matt Bailey loves. So good way to protect himself there from Liam Anderson.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's smart football.
Yeah.
You
Long
know.
game to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And they need him in the game. So,
Yes.
so we'll see here, 2nd and 9. Anderson, fake, handoff to, I believe it is Schlatter, and that will be good for the first down. Nice little...
Underneath plays.
Yep, that's
happening. The screens, just sort of RPO sort of deal. Also, just touching on that thing before, if, you know, let's touch wood up here. The Rhinos were to lose Liam Anderson. They still have Mitch Bradford
Absolutely.
as a second option who, you know, you wouldn't scoff at.
No, absolutely.
Proven player, can make the big plays as well, can drop things into a bucket. So the Rhinos are in a pretty position with their QBs.
Especially to have two top quality QBs. A lot of other teams would be screaming for that.
You'd froth at the mouth for it.
Absolutely. Anderson handing off to Fumioli, rumbling up the middle for, I'm going to say, a generous 5.
Yeah, give it a generous 5. You can definitely see that duality with the running backs between Riley Wood and, is it Tony?
Jura. Fumioli.
I apologise, Gerard. You can definitely see the duality and the physicality that Gerard brings and just running straight up. He's going to run over you and just grind out those yards.
Interesting, in the game against us last year, he actually got to the outside a few times as
Wow.
well. So he's got a little bit of speed to him as well.
He's got the moves. Timeout here, I believe, by the Rhinos.
Yep, Anderson taking the timeout. Saw something he didn't like.
Might have been a schematically sort of perhaps wrong formations. Seems like he was a bit frustrated. They're sort of sorting that out now.
Yeah. During the break, also like to thank one of our Gridiron Queensland major sponsor in Impact Sports. Basically, Impact Sports supplies gridiron equipment to everybody in Australia and New Zealand. Currently a fantastic deal running on Shut F7 helmets through clubs.
Good looking lid there too.
About $300 off, so about $440 plus delivery. So it's not a bad little deal there. So if you're interested, get in touch with your club, and the club gets a nice little kickback as well. So
They're a good looking lid to the Shut F7.
I'm not a fan.
Oh,
like
but
it.
you're
I
a
like-
Zenith guy.
Yeah, I do wear a Zenith.
And that's just heinous.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair. I don't have a shut.
Now, is it Shut or... Oh, wait, no. Is it Rydell or Riddell?
Riddell.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm a Kiwi.
Yeah.
We'll see here Anderson in the empty backfield. 5 receivers out there, dropping back, throwing the ball, finds it and batted down by, I think 49 is Robert Quimby.
Yeah.
I'm taking a guess.
He's a grizzled vet, you'd say. Still very heavily involved in both the special teams and the defense there. Good for him to get back. Quimby, go for the pick. What are we doing?
Is it DB just tipped
Yeah,
her?
of course. Again, yeah. Not that I can talk as well, Quimby, so I am very well aware that you've witnessed me drop some heinous balls in the past.
I mean, he was in position early and he was just sort of standing there waiting for it. So, smart play. Just think, just a little more air over the top would have been the
the throw was nice. Just a little bit more touch.
You see Anderson, the late handoff to Wood, dancing in the backfield, and will be brought down for a loss of yards. You almost got to wonder if he should have just bounced that.
Yeah, perhaps you bounce inside. You got the likes of Joel Maddock, another guy who's had extensive experience in the States and also Europe, and then Capewell and that D line for the Ravens. Also, Keith, just a key note there, Adam Neil Thompson seems to be back out there. So whatever happened before, he's brushed it off. He reminds me of Carl Drogo. If you ever get a photo of him and look at him, there's a lot of similarities there. So
especially after he's had a few beers.
Oh yeah, scary man.
Yep. Good human, but
scary.
So
man.
Anderson in motion, dropping back, throws the ball, and almost just out of the reach of a jumping Ravens DB.
Both, that was Joshua Perrin there underneath, and again, Quimby over the top. They might be trying to target that little spot. I don't know if it's a cover 2 or something they're doing there, or perhaps a cover 3 sort of cloud situation. They're trying to target that gap on the sideline between the corner staying down and the safety going back up.
You kind of just wonder if Shanks and Anderson just not quite on the same page yet. I don't know how long he's been back for.
Yeah. With the chemistry is huge. You got to think as well with the Ravens, like a lot of these receivers, your Bones, your Bessie, your Robbie, they've been playing with each other for a number of years now. Yeah. So know each other.
So a good 5 years. I mean, I think Robbie left from the Bears about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So
you know.
So we'll see here I think just actually a bit of loss in the backfield there, or maybe a very small gain.
Yeah, there's Chris Farrer on the handoff there. Again, both defenses very strong up front.
The ageless Tank Sinapati stepping up there and walking back, number 77.
He's a human wonder.
I see Stegman here on 2nd and 9, surveying the outside run to Farrer. Usually good for a few yards, and he'd be brought down for a gain of about 1. So
nice
the runners flowed to that well. They didn't adjust to it well the first couple of times.
I want to see who made the tackle there, because the people, also the players at the first contact in these last few tackles by both teams have been securing them. There's been no missed tackles. Very fundamental football, wrapping up, securing them. It's been a sight to see for a guy who played defense on most of his life and tried to lead with his shoulder, and I'm not that guy, so probably should have relied on some of these skills and features.
I was on the end of a few of them. So.
Oh yeah, look, I like to play at the grass blades towards the end, because I do apologise if I've taken an ankle or a knee from you.
You have. So that'd be 3rd and 8 for the Ravens here. Stegman on the clap, looking for the ball, steps up, throws over the middle to Warwick. Bones Russell.
It's Bones.
No, sorry.
Bessie.
No, Bessie, my bad. Sorry, I saw the 1 and took a guess.
Actually, 2x2 set there as well with the running back in. Dragging over on the sides of the, not the field, looking to sort of this concept was to the sideline, coming over the middle.
So don't see Bessie running infield too often.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're definitely targeting something there. So perhaps look to see the Rhinos linebackers maybe play a bit deeper, sort of trying to counter that blitz threat in the pressure they're bringing and dropping over the heads of the linebackers. Yeah,
so, Mitch Bessie, another guy that's played for Australia, he's played at a high level for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, just clutch.
I believe this is going to be one of his last.
Yeah, I think those are the
rumors. His last one, yeah. So, but yeah, he's sort of like Stegman. It's been discussed about a few years now.
There we go. Stegman throwing, finding Nikamura, and he's not sure if he tripped or dove there.
He might be too athletic that he just.
He's complaining about
something happened here.
They calling that incomplete or
time offense. Those there
I'm
first.
not sure what's going on. Perhaps there was a miscommunication.
Yeah.
I think he might have just slipped.
Look,
the track is very slick today. It's been raining for most of the day. So perhaps he just sort of lost his footing.
Sorry?
Perhaps he just lost his footing in the slick track.
And might have been just a little upset about that knee coming through late as well.
Yeah. So we can't do the metal studs here, can't we?
No, it's moulded studs only. But that seems to be a thing in Australia anyway. That everybody only seems to play with moulded studs. Like growing up in New Zealand, everybody had steel boots.
Yeah, true.
And on the concrete.
Yeah.
Makes the rucking so much more effective.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, and then we wonder why we don't play with them anymore.
A couple of fingers missing.
So I see was the Ravens taking a timeout?
Yeah, Ravens offense timeout here. So their game plan as well today is sort of changing with the weather. But having a guy like Stegman is definitely, I guess, important. He's played through a lot of wet weather games. So you'd be leaning on that experience. It seems the weather has sort of eased up now a lot.
Yeah, it does. It's a beautiful night out there, actually.
It is.
Just been informed by the officials, we don't have a running clock on the screen. There is a minute 12 left in the half.
There we are.
It's going pretty quickly.
Yeah, it has. Time flies when you're having fun.
Stegman dropping back, throwing to Bones Russell, wrapped up as he's got the ball. Great wrap up by...
Is it 35 again?
No, 22. Jacob Bakard.
There we are. So you see he's still doing those underneath balls. Seems like you'd be trying to counter that pressure. The Ravens are lining up again here quickly.
Stegman dropping back, throwing over the middle. Oh, Corkett
PI.
almost grabbing it in.
I think they're calling a PI here, which is sort of close.
Oh,
I'm sort of leaning towards like,
you've got to let him play.
let the boys play.
Yeah.
Let the boys play. I want
Well,
those
we had
bang-
a couple last night as well.
Well, let's have a look.
Like,
It also looks worse when you slow it down as well.
Yeah.
But perhaps let's just have a look here.
Oh,
A bit early. Bit early. Oh, look, that was early. However,
yeah. I mean, you depend. Like we were saying last night. Like if you're on the Rhinos going, oh come on, just let them play. If you're the Ravens going, yeah, it's
Yeah.
absolutely PI. Yeah.
oh, 100%. Especially in a game like this.
Yeah.
So you can see, sort of comes in just off timed a bit. I think if he held that one more second, you'd be.
Just looking at the officials to the left of us to
And they're
see
going-
if it's still good. They're
They're
keeping
going
with it.
blatant.
Pass it. Defense.
He grabbed around the hips
Offset.
2 seconds
Replay,
before.
Second
But
down.
number 23 there, I believe is Emmanuel Cos.
Emmanuel Coles, I think.
Yeah, so he's he holds that for one more second, then that's a clean play. And look,
Looks
as
like
well,
those offsetting penalties. So
yeah, well there you go. So also a big body to play against as well. So you don't really have the time to say, oh, I've got to hold this for a second, and I got 120 kilo 6'4" man running at me.
Stegman looking to put some points on the board just at the end of the second quarter, dropping back, looking for space, throwing underneath to Corkett. Corkett well wrapped up, and still fighting. But that is number
see a
3,
loss there.
Bailey Toddle, making the tackle.
I don't see a loss there. There's a bit of extracurriculars here. It's bound to get chippy down the track as well. This has been a very close game too, which I absolutely love. It's going to be good football.
Yeah.
This hang on, there's a bit going on in the field at the moment.
Timeout.
Sure, what's going on?
Ravens.
A timeout.
Those their second.
Here I was thinking something was going on. We're going to have some laundry thrown, but none at all.
Yeah, Toddle did well to hold him up and wait for his defense to come through and pick him up, because he is a big human to try and bring down.
Yeah, I've got this big behemoth of man. Come help me take this bloke down. Yeah, nice tackle. Just to stick him up. Shoulder
Then
through.
16 coming through over the top in David
Perucci.
Perucci. Yeah. Good.
Good paisano. How you doing? How's your family? Gabagool. Gotta love it.
So what, being around the Ravens for a long time and knowing a bit of the offense, what are they cooking up here?
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, they're aware of the sort of time that's running out. As you said before, you got a minute 12. I think there's probably only 30 seconds left, if that. You'd be looking to sort of do those sort of seam passes with Robbie or Bessie, perhaps sort of smash concept to sort of get that top end. You're sort of looking to conserve time here as well. So I guess to get to the point, probably passing here.
So for the
end zone.
uninitiated, what's the smash concept?
Smash concept. So, well, they got trips right here, so it'd be interesting. So, smash concept would be you'd have on the outside a hitch, and the man following after that would do a corner route, sort of bring the corner down and target that. But it looks like they're going
Right in the
handoff.
middle.
They might be setting up for a field goal even here. They might
Yeah,
be
quite
looking
possibly
to
just
attempt.
centering the ball.
So, yeah. You asked me what do I know about the Ravens offense as a horrendous performance I gave for them. Obviously, Jack, SHIT.
I'm going to say a unusual move for the Ravens.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Yeah, like usually it's
Historically-
all about scoring points.
Historically aggressive. We want to numbers on the board, push a T.
Timeout. Ravens.
Shout out.
Those their final.
Yeah, usually it's all about, how to put more points on the board, no matter what the situation in the game is. So
It seems Stegman and Ole are having a chat here, but leaning towards they're probably going to go for a field goal here. It seems they've got a lot of defensive guys out. They've got Pete Brewer there, the Jackie Moon of GQ, John's coming on here. They're probably just looking to get those 3 points.
just been reliably informed there's 4 seconds left on
There
the
you
clock, so
go.
that will probably they'd do it as well. So that kind of makes more sense.
So, yeah, here I was thinking there was still 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
My internal clock's horrible.
But, that 5 yards in doesn't make that much of a difference. Would you rather? I would have imagined they'd take the shot.
Well, look, let's just see what happens at the end of this game. Those 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely.
make it
I mean,
all.
it's a tight game. You take the points when they are on offer, right?
I'm saying, and they've done. This has been a very clean game for both sides. While the Ravens sort of got the edge just from ice experience and sort of concept in using that pressure against the Rhinos. There's still definitely a lot of football to be played here.
So Quimby back to kick. Bessie the holder.
Trying to ice him.
Yeah. Just Saxby just there waiting to call that timeout.
Look, Bones is as cool a
Defense.
customer as anyone I've ever met. So might be small in stature, however. He's big in heart. That's what matters.
This is indeed true. So, yeah, they'll take the time out here. One of those interesting times in our sport where, like, the last 30 seconds seems to take an eternity sometimes.
And this is why also some of the barriers when people watch it, like, we've been watching this kickoff for about 3 minutes, it seems like. Well, yeah, it's part of the fun.
Absolutely. It's a good chance to go and get another beer.
Yeah, look.
If you're that way inclined.
Look, I won't say no.
Yeah, so 7-0 the score at the moment. I don't think too many people would have expected such a close game early on.
No, well, yeah, I think in talking with Coach Leon last night, he was very aware that this was going to be a tough battle. So perhaps on the outside looking in, we think, I think we talked about it before, is like either Rhinos win or Ravens blowout. And that's generally how most games go with them.
Yeah.
Or it's like a tight squeeze, tight battle or a blowout. So it's been good to watch. This is something very different, very entertaining for you guys watching back at home.
And we'll see Bessie calling for the ball, placing the kick, Quimby putting it up, and it looks like it is good.
Nice.
Ravens 10, Rhinos 0.
There we are.
So we will see the end of the half here.
It'll be interesting to see how the Rhinos respond. And there's still a lot of ball to be played. It's not too far outside this half time. With I believe is the head coach Garrigan for the Rhinos.
Yes, I believe
yes.
so. Yep. Coming off Achilles surgery.
There we are.
Yeah.
Speedy recoveries. It'll be interesting to see and they have quite experienced sort of coaching staff around the Rhinos as well. That the adjustments they make in this second half could turn this game completely. However, again, seems like sport talk's a lot of nonsense. Ravens are going to be doing the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So who can win the chess match here is going to be the big part coming in the second half.
Absolutely. I don't know if you guys can hear through the mics. We're still inside. A big Ravens cheering contingent going on right now.
Well, I think all the women are still here as well, and they've come off a big win, popping champagne at the end of that, raising the trophy. So they're definitely going to be a bit lick it up and feeling themselves. So
yeah, I've already been sent a video of our women doing shows in the changing rooms. So
God bless. Lead by example. This is why we need more women in the sport.
And yeah, so during the halftime break,
big things to look forward to here. How the adjustments are going to happen, as we sort of talked about before. Again, this is a very defense sort of led game so far. Both defenses are playing pretty tight. However, the Ravens are just sort of squeaking out past the end there. They're definitely you can tell that emphasis on Riley Wood. So they're definitely going to look to continue to shut him down.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's key is get Wood moving in the second half. Just a few more yards
on the Rhino side as well. Yeah, and he's already shown flashes of it as well. So definitely look for that running game to come smashing out soon.
Cool. We are going to take a very short break. We'll be back with the second half in a moment. Thank you.
Beauty.
Welcome to halftime here at the Sunbowl. My name's Mark, and I'm really delighted to be here with a couple of key players in the Gridiron Queensland program. I've got Sam, who is one of the anchor men behind all end zones, and I've got Tiny Jordan over here, who's actually been a graduate of the End Zone program and is now playing NFL at the college or university level back in America. Sam, give us a little bit of background of how long have you known young Jordan and what was the kind of program that he was a part of?
So I've known Jordan since 2019. He joined our little program that was in the shed at the Rhinos, which has progressed from there. We had a couple of guys that we were really excited about and we thought we could make college football, and so he graduated from that, went to Snow College, Texas A&M, and now he's at the University of Charlotte.
University of Charlotte, they were on the East Coast of North Carolina, good country, good football program. Jordan, what's the journey been like as you've gone to the USA to play some university football?
Honestly, the journey's it's been unreal, but at the end of the day, it's been a great opportunity. Took a lot of sacrifice, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's good. not just for me, but for the kids, for the other people that play in this league, that have the same dreams and aspirations that I had, a few years ago, and Sam helped me make those come true. And, a few of the other boys, same thing. We all had this dream, this goal, but we didn't necessarily know how to get there. So instead of trying to find a pathway, we made a path.
Sounds good. So when you think about going back to 2019, so that's 4.5, 5 years ago, did you envisage that you'd be in the USA playing NFL at the college level and being a real superstar on your team?
Well, when it first came to, when I first had the vision of doing it, I didn't really necessarily believe in myself too much because not a lot of people had done it before. And like I said, there wasn't much pathway or, a lot around that. And now that it's all happened, it's pretty surreal that did happen. And I wouldn't have imagined that 4.5 years ago, rocking up to the shed because I was a rugby kid. So I did this in my spare time. It was a little dream of mine. And people told me I was crazy for leaving rugby and doing this. And it all paid off, so.
Sounds good. So, Sam, the program back in 2019 versus 2024, what can you tell us?
Gosh, it's changed a lot. So this year, coming into 2024, we're going to have a team of 7, including Coach McCarner, who spent 10 years coaching Division 1. We've got some other exciting additions coming up, but yeah, we should have up to 60 places in our program this year to help guys like Jordan reach their dreams.
Sounds good. I guess one last question maybe for yourself, Jordan, is where do you see this taking you in the next 4 to 5 years? What's your hope or aspiration?
Well, one of my biggest aspirations on a personal level, go to the league, be able to take care of my family, all that good stuff. But also the biggest kind of aspiration and goal I have is to get way more kids, way more people from Gridiron Queensland, Gridiron Australia in general, get them over, get them achieving their dreams, making money, help them take care of their families and getting their education. So that's my biggest goal, is to put on for the culture here.
Awesome. That's great news, especially because when I think about giving service back to the community that helped you get to where you are today, there are going to be some kids going, a guy like Jordan is somebody I can be when I grow up. So congratulations on your university career. Sam, congratulations on End Zone. Kids that are out there, if you're a junior or you're thinking about NFL Gridiron here in Queensland, or if you're dialing in from the studio, please remember that there are systems here to support you. So all the best, Jordan, for your future. Go back and play some awesome football in 2024. Thank you very much. That's the halftime setup for now, and we wish you guys all the best. Let's hear it for the Ravens and for the Rhinos who are in the sheds, but it's halftime here at the Sunbowl 39. Bye for now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gridiron Queensland Sunbowl. The grand final for the Southeast Queensland competition. Tonight, the Bayside Ravens, the number 1 seed, taking on the number 2 seed, the Bayside Ravens. Halftime score, 10-0 Ravens. Probably a little closer than people would have imagined based on some of the results this year. My name is Chris Bradshaw. I have Liam Reeves with me in the box tonight.
Howdy.
So we'll see the Ravens kick off here, and the Rhinos have first opportunity with the ball in the second half. Sounds obvious, but the Rhinos will probably really want to put some points on the board here. Otherwise, the game's probably going to start to get away from them a little bit if the Ravens are the next to score.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to do the psy-ops already. They were out in the field ready to go maybe a minute before the Ravens were, so maybe they're looking to set this pace right from the start of the second half.
Schlatter set deep to return the kick. Bessie to put the boat off, and it will not be returned into the back of the end zone. So the Rhinos will take over on their own 20.
It'd be interesting to see here what the Rhinos' offensive focus is going to be, whether they stick with that run on Riley Wood, which I wouldn't blame you if you would. He's dynamic, key feature in your offense, can change a game, or are they going to sort of stick in the air, or maybe involve Liam Anderson a bit more in the run too, maybe a bit more read option perhaps?
Yeah, there's been a lot of space out there from there. Like, everybody's keying on Wood because he is such a dangerous man.
Yeah.
So we will see what they come out in this half. So we will see coming out in a two-back formation, looks like. Shanks in the backfield with Wood. Liam Addison surveying the field. Pressure coming up on the Ravens. From the Ravens defense, Wood dancing in the backfield, met by Joel Maddock,
Admiral Thompson, and
Wood looks like he's down. He's definitely driven back into the ground. So.
That's a lot of weight on a sort of smaller guy in comparison with some of those gargantuans on the D line. So it seems like Adders might be first contacts.
Yep.
No, who's that?
Not sure who.
Is that Jack Capewell? Can't see the number there. Ah, it's Chris Clark, of course.
Chris Clark off the edge. Yeah, that's not a pleasant thing to be underneath. Well, let's hope Riley Wood's going to be okay, because that's going to be a key loss if he isn't able to return. What's been interesting about watching the 3 games over the weekend, because we had the juniors last night and the women's today. I guess the underdog team have lost a key person early in the second half. You look at the juniors last night, number 3 Samoa for the Raptors was ejected for 2 unsportsmanlike things. He was the core of their offense. Big boy running up the middle, but still had the speed to get to the outside. You look at the women's Sunbowl today, close game at halftime, 8-0 Ravens over the Bears. Early in the second half, Kelly Hopkins, number 44 for the Bears, goes down. Middle linebacker, much like that Tom Hodgkinson role, side-to-side defender, but also a tough defender up front. She goes out with a suspected ACL injury, and then the Ravens steamroll through taking out that without that strong leadership in the middle. So I hate to say it, but I hope that's not the situation for this game as well.
Well, yeah, you'd hope not, but it's good they still got the big boy back there who's ready to take the rock, Jura. So he'll be looking to sort of make an impact now.
See Anderson looking around. I guess they probably may rely on the passing game a little bit more here. So Anderson dropping back, looking to see who was open, just a little bit off there.
With those Penny Baker the third, he was targeted out there, number 15.
Just not quite on the same page, or just not.
Yeah,
Anderson just
timing,
not quite set.
Could be timing. Without obviously seeing the playbook, we don't know the depths of their routes, where they're breaking out, so we can speculate. But yeah, a bit of a miscommunication there, definitely across the board. You can definitely see with that last run with Riley Wood as well. They had him in the sort of pistol with the read, the handoff off the edge. So they're definitely still sort of setting up that read option capability. Yep. So perhaps their runs are sort of built in to sort of be a read option as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You see here, trips to the left and Anderson surveying, looking to see what's happening. Probably looking for a deep pass here, deep shot. Right, dancing around.
Let's get rid of it. He's moving.
Some big boys chasing after him, and you'd be looking for a flag on that. He's definitely out of bounds.
The Swiss Lima definitely trying to come in for a little bit of extracurricular.
Yeah,
the refs might have a look at this.
Yeah, I think they're going to. I'd be pretty upset from the Rhinos' point of view if this doesn't see some laundry.
I think it's one of those things where we're talking about let the boys play, but stuff like this can be a bit dangerous in injuring key players and things like that, which we're trying to avoid.
But props to Shelvin Takavi-Chand. Putting the afterburners on and chasing him down.
Hey, got his suicide sprints in just there, so he'll be good to go. He's warmed up.
So we'll see here a 1st and 10.
That was very bang play, that last one. So
Anderson handing off to Fuimuoli, running through the first contact, falling forward, and good for about 2.5 yards.
Yeah, 2.5 yards there with a flag down. So it'll be interesting to see if there's a holding, whether it's a sort of defensive offsides. It's going to probably lean towards a hold.
Here for head ref Andrew Rock, so that is a hold on the offense. Will mean the offense is marched back 10 yards and it will still be first down.
Definitely not how the Rhinos wanted to start this. Losing Riley Wood. Hopefully he can come back. We'll be tracking that. And then having the penalties that they've now followed. They'll be looking to sort of re-engage the momentum. Seems to be a little bit of mist falling as well, so that ball's going to start getting a bit slick.
Yeah, just a bit clunky.
Yeah, just going to have to run the rock.
Yeah.
Bring it back, OJ.
But I mean, that's the Ravens defense though as well for you, right? Just pressure on pressure.
Yeah, and they're very similar defenses in that sense. They both like to bring pressure. They've certainly a blitz coming at every different angle.
You see Anderson waiting for the ball, drops back, plants the foot, throws the ball, and that is picked off by Bailey, and he will be off to the races. Oh, just brought down. That was a solid tackle by... Not quite sure who that was.
That might be Max Williams.
Yeah, good chase down tackle after he had to turn his heels. And
I can tell you now, Matt Bailey will be caning himself about not making that, but yeah,
Just not a great read.
he'll be killing himself about not making that extra couple yards. But yeah, great efforts there by Max Williams to sort of turn defense and make that tackle. Now it's on the Rhinos defense to stand up here and make a play, push the Ravens back.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to probably see a run here. We'll try and get Butcher in for a touchdown.
One would think, however.
Yep, there we go. Butcher to the outside. That play that they've run Farah in traditionally.
Yep, so they've gotten them around the 1, so it's going to be very close here.
Wonderful to see the cork shove.
We may see the cork shove, yeah. Who knows? Although, do they have the gall of calling it twice? Because that D-line's going to be keying up on that.
Yeah, well,
Can they stop it, though, if they know it's coming?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've got GQ's answer to Jason Kelsey in the centre there.
Matty Swole, eh?
And we'll see here, Stegers surveying the field. Look for a back corner throw, maybe. The pitch to Butcher on the outside, and he will run it in.
That's tough, very tough. Short and field.
Yeah.
There might be a flag down as well, but yeah, short and field to defend that with the options the sort of Ravens have with their running, whether it's going to be pitch inside, handoff, do a lot of zone stuff too. So that sort of speed option there is, yeah, pretty tough to defend in that sort of space.
So what we're looking at is the 59 there. You know, he's got to make a decision. Am I going to take the QB or am I going to take the running back?
Yeah, it
So
seems
that's actually going to come back. It is a
there you
flag
go.
on
Lucky.
the Ravens. So
Huge for the Rhinos here to catch a break. They can really turn this around.
yes.
Get a sack here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a different situation than it was, 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, so the QB's looking at 59 and going,
Yep.
if he follows the running back, I'm going to gap it and score myself, or if not, I'm going to pitch it to the running back and he's going to
So it's good.
run it over the line.
Good ideally, the cornerback gets off his block there, or you have another flow-on linebacker to take up the pitch man.
Stegers drops back, looks like he's going to take off and throws over the middle to Nikamura, who drops it. He's had an uncharacteristic, I'm not going to say bad game,
No.
but just not a good game.
Yeah, he's had just a couple drops. Well, perhaps this is the first drop, but I can't recall. I think the other one might have just been a bit overthrown. He's definitely playing on big stages before, so it might just be the weather conditions that are playing on.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to make that play still.
Yeah.
And Ethan would know that as well.
Yeah, he'd be kicking himself. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
100% he would.
But good result for the Rhinos defense.
Oh, yeah, they're loving it. They're loving this.
Yeah.
This is exactly the sort of things you need. I believe it's second down, but I thought perhaps I've lost track.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see the down
oh.
counter, actually.
I thought this should be third, but maybe I'm... Oh, here you go. Another penalty.
Another flag on the Ravens.
We've missed because we're too busy having yards.
Yeah, and so it'll be second down and 21 for the Ravens. So 2 downs to score, 2 downs to score.
Key thing is just get that down off the board with no gain or minimal gain.
Yeah. You see Stegman play action, throwing deep to Nikamura, and he's put that one down as well. Not an easy catch to make.
Stegman copped a big hit. He's still down on the ground, which is not a good sign. He copped a really big hit there, which I'm not sure if the camera's got it. Great pressure by the defense there on the Rhinos. Number 90.
That is a great shot.
That's Michael Gilmore. That's a great shot.
So, Saxby actually called him out as one of their key guys when I was chatting to him before the game. Just, fast and strong off the edge.
I could see why. He's blown past that left tackle, which is key position. It's not good to see Stegs down like this.
No, not at all.
And again, sort of touching on, it seems like today, a lot of key players going down on key moments. The Ravens do have a sort of a stock or a stable of experience. So
this throws a spanner in the works, though, right?
This
If
does.
Stegman isn't able to return.
Yeah. Not even sure.
The officials here have looked at the hit and said, he's made the shot within one step. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know.
You wouldn't have a problem with that at all. That's just good football. Good defense. Stegman's up on his own feet here. But you're hoping here he's just had the wind knocked out of him. He'll still have to take.
Yeah, he'll have to come out for a play.
So they'll need some sort of answer here at Q.
I imagine Bessie will come in.
Unless
At QE.
look, he might try and cheeky this in and
Yeah,
stay
I
on.
reckon.
Nah,
No,
there
here
you
he
go.
comes. Maybe
Get out of there.
maybe he was just getting the play in.
Yeah. Well, he's the offensive coordinator as well.
Yeah.
So he's sort of limbering on that right arm. Perhaps he's got a stinger. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on with that. I believe the trainer's looking at him now.
Yeah, who are we going to see in a QB? Yep, we will see Mitch Bessie come in at
course.
QB. He's done the job for them in the past. Doesn't throw a bad ball.
And he knows the offense inside and out as well, which is a huge advantage.
Bessie dropping back, throwing short off to thing, and it is no good. That was a pick.
I'm not sure. You're saying incomplete on the field, but we're about to look at it again here. Not getting any time to warm up your arm as well is definitely an issue with that slick field. But yeah, that looks like it might be a pick.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from that angle.
I have to run that back. I think they got there.
Yeah. Tim? We'll just wait for the replay. The officials are looking at this, so I think we'll see a break in play here.
So 59.
Yeah, it has hit the ground. Yeah, it's bounced up into his.
Great effort there by Salupe Fafita to sort of to even get hands there. Very, very close. That's sort of, we're talking milliseconds and getting your hands there and getting a pick. So it's around 4th down now. Another 15-yard penalty. Okay, so a bit of unsportsmanlike going on. So a bit of chipping going on, which is definitely not unlike. Not I think you see quite common in the men's games, especially close games like this.
Yeah, so a bit of chip going on there, and it distinctly puts them out of field goal range as well, which is probably a little mental win for the Rhinos here. Yeah, 100%. It'll be interesting to see what they sort of do here. They're going to try and pooch it in the corner with that rollout that Bessie does and that the Ravens punt team does do. Sort of gives them position to drop a nice little ball. But looking at fourth and goal on the 35.
Or, yeah. They can try and pooch it here in the 5.
Yeah, back. Clark coming across the formation. Bessie rolling up to the right.
Touchback.
Yep, touchback.
Not risking it.
No. Yeah, the Rhinos returner and Calder Shanks wanted nothing to do with that.
Yeah, and like again, I guess I'm sitting here talking about dropping punts within the 5. That is quite difficult to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give me to kick that ball, I probably wouldn't hit the side of the Carina Leagues Club here. So from 5 metres away too. So I don't blame them. Just going with the safe option and getting that to a touchback.
So, huge for the Rhinos from an interception return to the 1 yard line to put a goal line stand on and take over on the 25 or 20 is a good result. Yeah, what we talked about before, that's exactly what you're looking for on a defense. So you're looking for the O here to take some of that momentum that the D's sort of brought on, making Liam Anderson sort of making some plays here. Is that Wood back in or is that someone else? That's right, Wood back in. No, it's good. That is also good to see. Just trying to check out the Ravens sideline here as well, if Stegman's good or not. I'm not sure. Perhaps both of them just need to rub a bit of dirt in their wounds and get back out there. Yeah, Stegman sort of laying down some orders down in the offensive huddle down there, so perhaps hard to tell. We'll see perhaps he'll be back out there. He's a tough fella, both him and Riley. I wonder, like, I spoke to Saxby and Tim, the coaches, and they're anything special, to trick plays, that type of thing. It's like, wonder if this is kind of the time just to pull something a little different out. Well, it can change. Anderson on the rollout, throwing deep to Williams, and it's just out again. Just needs to get over top of that ball to bring it down a little bit. Still putting a little bit too much air on it. Yeah. Seems to be sort of short-arming a bit to get that high point, which is good. You got the bigger receivers out there. But, that ball's sailing. And in these conditions as well, you need to be sort of controlled, get over the top of it again. Yeah, it's just not quite. No. Yeah, it's just clunky again. Yeah. And then in my experience as well, I mean, you've seen some of my throws, they're horrendous. So, look, I'm not one to talk. However, that's sort of what's happened there from a mechanical standpoint. The word from co-commentator from Friday night is that Stegs won't be back, his view. So, okay, we'll see. We'll see Anderson waiting in the backfield, and he is sacked. That is a big loss and a big play. That's number 15 there, Psycho Thomas. He's a rookie defensive end, raw talent. Talking to Coach Leon, he's been a big player for them this year. Just a raw talent that's looking to be developed and making a great play there. Just sort of an inside shade there with Joel Maddox securing the block and sort of setting the pick and roll there. Yeah, no, great, big play by the Ravens. Big Ravens. Yeah, sorry, lost that. Right. Yes. So we'll see the Rhinos here punt back to punt. They'll be looking to get as much distance on that as they possibly can and not let Clark or Nikamura return it.
I believe number 15 also is Thomas Osako. So
Yeah,
my apologies.
Nakamura trying to get to the outside.
There you go. He's rolling.
He's found a little bit of space.
Get the sideline.
And
There's
there's some stuff going on
Fez,
just into
Fez.
the Ravens sideline. Nakamura goes over in a pile, good 5 or 6 yards over the sideline.
Again, if that penalty is going to be called, you got to just not do that at all.
Doesn't seem to be any laundry, so
I know it can be frustrating, especially when you bounce to the outside like this. You got to sort of know to pull up. Once he's taken 2 steps out of bounds, you see here, he breaks it off outside the numbers. 1, 2, 3, and then getting around his legs.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of laundry on that one.
Which you don't want. Again, all the hard work that that Rhinos D has just done is sort of counted now.
Yeah.
With a 15-yard penalty, that'll put him somewhere in the area inside the 20, I dare say.
Yeah, as a side note, Calder Shanks also down on one knee, appearing injured. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
Limping off.
T's and P's, Calder. Hope you're all good.
Just waiting to see if the flag was called here. Yes, it was.
So Bessie, I guess, will be at the helm here for now. Yeah, as Chris mentioned before, it looks like Stegs perhaps won't be returning. That's the sort of word on the sidelines. I can tell he's frustrated now at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see what this offense looks like now with Bessie there at the helm. Q.
Yeah, it'd be interesting how many reps Bessie has been taking in practice just for
Yeah.
this situation, or we're just relying on, being a gristled veteran.
Which can be tricky as well with someone like Stegman. You know, he runs that offense. You're going to want him to, hang on, there we go, yeah. Ethan was left unmanned there, which was dangerous if...
I mean,
Yeah.
having been the backup to Stegman, everything's very much has to be run this way, right?
Yeah, well, the offense is built superbly, but it's very much regimented. Your timing, your step backs, sort of match up specifically with the routes that the receivers are running.
Yeah.
So everything is on timing, so your footwork needs to be on point. It was interesting there as well, just looking at it. It would have been interesting to see if the the play got blown in. Ethan Kimura was left unguarded there in the trips there, which seems the Rhinos identified. So just sort of formation mismatch. But yeah, definitely the offense is all down to timing, and having someone like Stegman at the helm as well is you want him running the lion's share of the reps to sort of to install things, get that tempo going because he's going to be running the show. So yeah, perhaps Bessie hasn't had many reps, at Q, which is understandable.
I guess because you've played QB under other offenses, is it a lot more? Is it harder to play in those timing-based offenses compared
Definitely.
to a 3-step drop and then make a read?
Definitely, because things are almost predetermined. So you're doing everything with Stegman's offense is pre-game reads essentially. So you look at pre-play reads. So you're looking at formations here. So Bessie will be looking something over here on the tray, and they'll be making an adjustment towards it. So see if Kimura can get a shade here on the inside.
Bessie pulls it, looks to throw the ball, clean ball, and the players whistled it.
So yeah, it's definitely everything's timing based. Looking at your sort of reads off the defense before you're snapping the ball, which will dictate where you're going to look to. But then also you have to remember that your drop back has to be in line with the receiver's routes.
So that's the defensive line just jumping a little too early off the snap, so that'll give the Ravens a bonus 5 yards. So we're looking at 1st and 5.
It's important there as well when you get a sort of free play like that, when the defense runs off sides. You can throw the ball up and try and get a touchdown, and if your receiver catches it, that's 6 points. So definitely worth it tossing it in the end zone there.
Absolutely. You're going to see Bessie taking the ball, handing off to Farrow, breaks the first tackle, wrapped up well by number 35.
Jackson Collins.
Yep, Jackson Collins, that force defender in the middle for the Rhinos very much.
He's just got in his... Talk about the immovable object versus the unstoppable force. That was impressive to watch those two go at it. Great tackle there, just squaring up, getting his body in front of him and driving him back. Giving himself enough time, I guess, for the flow-on defenders to come in and assist with the tackle.
And looking at second and 8 here, Ravens 10, Rhinos 0. Mitch Bessie in at QB, drops back, steps up, looks to take off. He's going to run. He's got a man chasing him, 35, and he's made the corner, and we'll have maybe just enough for the first down. On the far side of the field, can't quite tell.
The good thing about Bessie as well, he'll be able to rely on that athleticism, playing receiver mostly. He's used to sort of getting that separation, using his speed. You look at one of his steps at like 4 of mine as well. So he's taken up a lot of yardage at each stride. So definitely using his skills. If he's not had many reps at Q, will benefit the Ravens here.
So that was a first down. It will be first and goal for the Ravens. So firmly, second half has been stuck in Rhinos territory.
Be interested to see if you do the sort of a jet touch pass situation here underneath, or go for the run. We're targeting this outside here. You're going for a pass.
Bones Russell, good pass, good defense by
number 3, I believe that was Bailey Toddle.
Yeah, Bailey Toddle having a good game.
Yeah, he's
made
been heavily involved. Let's make sure we've got that right there. Since they've done a double slant on that side to the field, yeah, I'm sort of using that space to just get leverage on the receivers. See if they can give up that inside shade and then have a clear passing route right into the end zone.
I actually thought that was going to be a pretty easy catch for Bones. And
yeah, Toddle's been up in his business. He's been playing very good. He's been good with his coverage. So he's got Ethan out there now.
Bessie dropping back, under pressure, kind of thrown to no one, just trying to get rid of the ball. Threw it into a lot of danger. A couple of Rhinos DBs in space there as well.
Yeah, I think Braden Quinn was the intended target there, but again, just sailed a little bit over the top. Seems Bessie might be down now as well, which is something you don't want to see.
Yeah, Kimura coming to the sideline and 75. I think it's 75.
Yep, so there might be.
Can't be 75. It must be.
Kimura's coming back on now.
76. Julian Martellus Bowles hopping off as well. So this will be third down and goal for the Rhinos, for the Ravens offense, with the Rhinos defending, looking to make another big goal line stop.
100%. This would be where we talked about before, using the players you've got. You've got superb athleticism across the board, and Robbie and the receivers here.
Plays whistle did early, so I've got to wonder if the offense has jumped a little bit there.
Potentially might be moving back 10 here. There's the Ravens offense here. You'd be looking to use the talent you've got. Perhaps making it a bit easier for Bessie if they've got it installed in their play sheets and things like that. Is using more of these runs, sort of read options, jet touch passes as well, getting the motion in, getting the receiver moving before just giving him a little pop pass right under centre there.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess, if you go sort of in the break and play, bit of a recap. 10-0 halftime, Ravens close first half, sort of traded drives for the most part, apart from the one touchdown to... Can't remember, actually.
I think it was Bessie.
Yeah, it was to Mitch Bessie. I guess the big news of the second half has been the injury to Jared Stegman.
Yes, yeah, which will be interesting to see here if he is indeed out for the rest of the game. Might look for Bessie and the Ravens over here to sort of just game manage a little.
Yeah.
Chew up as much clock, just run productive offense. So easy passes, and just stick to your running game here to just drown out clock. I guess inversely as well, the Rhinos are going to be looking to challenge that, going to bring the pressure, looking to push this offense back, and then themselves on offense are going to really be looking to maybe take those shot plays downfield to sort of get some points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, this serves as a big drive for the Rhinos. Hold them to 3 or less air. It's a good result.
A lot on the line
Still
for both
a 2-score
teams.
game. You'll see Bessie in, third down. Waiting for the ball, drops back, looking for an open receiver, throws the ball over the middle, and that is incomplete to Warwick Bones Russell.
I think Bessie might need some time to settle in there as well. This next drive with him might look completely different. Being thrown in the position like that when he's mainly a receiver can be tough. So he's got to be easy on himself. I just saw he's sort of frustrated with himself there, but great pressure with the Rhinos D still bringing it.
Yeah.
Which is what you want to do with some situation like that. Change the quarterback.
Yeah.
Hasn't warmed up. Bring the pressure.
Absolutely. Just get someone coming off the edge, get that pressure up the middle, and just make his life hell. So you see the field goal attempt here. And it will be good. 13-0 Ravens over Rhinos.
Essentially say, is it still a 2-possession game, I guess? Two-possession game. We still got, I don't know how long we are in the third quarter, a few minutes left. inside a minute left in the third, so it's going to be crucial for the Rhinos offense here to really make their plays count. Again, sort of talking about, or maybe they should play a bit more fundamental football, and I mentioned before, maybe looking to take those shots. Time's running out.
Yeah.
You're going to have to probably take those shots, dig some stuff deep out of the playbook.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned before, your trick plays, things that you can sort of get that Ravens defense off, sort of catch them off guard, which is tricky because they got a lot of speed in the secondary, and they got that flow to the sideline in the linebackers there.
Absolutely. And we'll see Mitch Bessie, man of all trades, to...
Does it all.
Can't stand a ball up, though, apparently.
Yeah, well, you get that on the big job. And this is one of them.
4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So we'll see, I believe, Schlatter, and I'm not quite sure, back to receive the kick. It is a low
2-3
driving one. I think this one will be returned. He's probably going to want to go with a little bit more urgency.
It's Emmanuel Cos.
He's made the first two guys miss, and he has cleaned up with the crossfield tackle.
That is number 35, the Swiss Lima, Florian Ziegler. There you go. Coming there. So, yeah, a lot of experience there in Florian, playing a lot of ball in Europe. He's here for a season as an import, and has been a great addition to that Ravens secondary, and evidently also on special teams. Oh, that's a bit of tough position to be in with Florian and Chris there.
Yeah.
Bearing down on you. So good job for Emmanuel there to go out of bounds.
Yeah, I think it's like one of the Ravens, do invest a lot of time into their special teams.
Yes.
And it's something that even the offensive and defensive starters spend a lot of time doing.
Yeah.
So you see Anderson dropping back, throwing out to Schlatter, and just a little low.
Yeah, just a little low.
So he's made the adjustment, and maybe just a little too far.
Yeah. So we're sort of in the between there as well. It'll be interesting to see if they stick with Liam Anderson as well. I don't want to sort of start talking about QB controversies in the third quarter of the Sunbowl, but they have Mitch Bradford ready on the sideline too, which is a benefit that we talked about before, sort of come full circle, that the Ravens do not have in having a full-time sort of second-string QB. Yeah,
it's an interesting thing. Yeah, you kind of don't want to see a guy pulled in a Sunbowl, but it's kind of a little bit clunky at the moment, right? Is that Schlatter with a bit of space, and will be enough for a first down? It's a nice little, pitch and catch.
Yeah, again, for Liam Anderson, all he's got to do is start getting into just the routine, make a couple of completions underneath, and you start feeling a bit more confident in that arm for you to take some shots downfield. That pocket was clean for him too as well, just enough to make that decision. Or just to give him enough time to make a clean throw out to Schlatter there on the edge to get a first down.
Ziegler burying the other receiver out that side. So I mean, he did his job. He got in the way.
That ain't much, but it's honest work.
Yeah. I see the 2x2 formation out for Anderson, handing off to Fuimo. He pulls it himself, and he is good for about 6 yards.
Again, seems that, as I mentioned before, with this pistol in the gun they're running, all their runs are sort of schemed to sort of be maybe read options, which is handy when you have a guy like Liam Anderson under centre with those wheels, because the moment a defensive end sort of clamps down and runs along the backside of that O-line and gives up his responsibilities for that outside contain, Liam Anderson can hit the sideline, and we saw what happened before when he was pulling a Pat Mahomes. He's got some wheels on him.
Absolutely. What I'm impressed is between the exchanges between the QB and running back and that play action is so convincing. It's very. Oh no, the running back's got the ball and Anderson's taken off.
So it's been rehearsed. That the meshes between the QB and the running back have been very well rehearsed. They've had a lot of reps together.
See Anderson, 1st and 10. Just a little high again out there for the receiver.
Yeah, I didn't catch that number there. It was a bit of a mess. A few plays over. That was sort of just to get the ball and throw there. So Liam Anderson didn't even take a drop back there.
Penny Baker the third out there again. They've been a little bit off kilter tonight, those two.
Yes, yeah. Could be one of those things though. They'll make the connection, the most insane play down the field for like 40, 60 yards. So.
I think if you're a Rhinos fan, you're kind of hoping for that at the moment. No, I'm not saying by any stretch of the major nation it's out of reach, but you'd want a big play about now. Anderson dropping back.
Look, the Rhinos, I'm going to use big words here. I implore you to look at the depth of the safeties here for the Ravens. They're within 10 yards, or they were within that instance. And you look at the Rhinos offense now, they're sort of running these hitches, sort of these, run into the sticks, to the first down marker, and pull them back. So they're sort of playing at the depth of the defense and not trying to go over the top of them, which is very handy because if you can do this with the time you've got left, nickel down the field, there'll be a 7-13 game. And then coming in the fourth quarter, you just got to rely on your D to get that ball back, and it changes the whole thing completely.
We'll see here, 1st and 10 for the Ravens on their own 38-39. Glasson snapping the ball back. Anderson handing off to Fuimoli, finding a little bit of space on the outside, breaking a tackle, and that will be good for a first down.
The ball got knocked out there at the end, but that, I see what you mean. That is a big fella moving. Once he gets to that outside, is that just Riley Wood with a few more kegs on him? And look at that. I'd love to see that. Look at that.
Yeah. And just, just a good agile runner.
Looking like Mike Talbot had a great hit there. I didn't see who did that, but fantastic job there by number 36, Drive for O'Malley.
Yeah. As I was seeing during the season, I was surprised to see how agile he was once he got to the outside.
Yeah.
Let's go see, and it will be officially marked as a first down.
Unsportsmanlike conduct again on the Ravens, number 5. Chris sort of shrugs that off. Chris Clark there with the unsportsmanlike conduct. Got to be careful with these because 2 of those are an ejection, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yep. So he's going to be on his best behaviour.
Ravens have had a couple tonight, so they're you definitely got to mind your P's and Q's now and just shut the trap and get going, which is, again, very rich from me if you know or played with me. So.
And Anderson, the handoff, Fuimoli finding a little bit of space up the middle. Maybe good for 2 yards. I'll admit my mistakes. In the call in the juniors game, there was an ejection. Talking to referee Stock before this game.
Yep.
It wasn't for the action, it was for the language.
Copy.
For that second unsportsmanlike foul.
Okay.
So
I wonder if the rule set's also different with the younger fellas and gals.
Good point.
Couple naughty words.
I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. If that was the reason, that's okay.
Copy.
All right, Anderson here on 2nd and 8. Waiting for the snap. Steps, throws the ball, and will be called complete, I would imagine.
They're running almost just a West Coast offense here. Just watch Liam Anderson there's no drop back. He's getting the ball, opening his up, pointing his hips to his target and throwing. The Ravens, if they are, especially the secondary, if they are to be so brave, could sort of pick this because he's not going to a first and secondary read. He's looking and throwing, and they need to do that at the moment to get these first downs, and it's working for them.
Yeah.
However, if you can sort of get a jump on that ball, get a read, get a feel of where they're going. Interesting. It seems they've got a bit of a full house in pistol here.
So 3rd down and 3 yards to go. Ravens looking to send pressure. Pete Moose Brewer up the middle. And good, tough Ravens defense.
Again, the same, as you said, good, tough Ravens defense. That D-line is going to be a problem. Joe Fargata, Joel Maddock, Shelley Adders, all those guys have been playing together for a number of years as well. We're talking about the chemistry between receivers and QBs. There's also something with the D-line, linebackers, the secondary. So they've definitely got that down pat. Rhinos you have to go for it here.
Absolutely. I mean, playing against this Ravens D-line, it's a beast in itself. Like, they're great individually, but they play so well as a unit.
Yeah.
Here we go. Anderson dropping back, looking for a read. Maddock
Hit
chasing.
the outside, brother.
Maddock chasing, just throws the ball away.
Live to fight another day.
Yep.
4th down, so there'll be a turnover on downs there for the Ravens to take over. Where is that about? The 24. The 19, 18? Yeah.
Yeah, about 40 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Okay. So who's at Q here? Is Stegman still out? It appears so, yes. So Best is still at Q. He's had a moment to calm himself down now, so it'll be interesting to see how this offensive flow goes going forward for the rest of this drive.
I mean, they've got a bit more space to play with as well, I think, which probably be a little bit more comfortable than
less
trying
pressure.
to run those tight
not trying to, You just got to run your normal offense here.
We'll see 1st and 10 here. Some pressure lined up on the DB on the outside, and that's blown early.
A lot of flags, a lot of holding offsides, early false starts.
Uncharacteristic penalties by the Ravens.
For both teams, I would say.
Yeah, more so the Ravens, I think.
Yeah.
I think the Rhinos are kind of, fairly well flagged along the way. Ravens are usually pretty
clean.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, they've had it, the unsportsmanlike's definitely very uncharacteristic, and some of the players that have received them. Definitely uncharacteristic. Look, it's a big moment. They have a lot on. They have everything to lose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas the Rhinos have everything to gain here. So the Ravens are definitely going to be feeling the pressure.
I think the big difference here is tonight we've got 8-man crews. So you can't hide.
You can't
anywhere.
hide stuff.
Like our regular season games are like 4 and 5-man crews.
Correct.
So, it's really hard to hide. Bessie dropping back, throwing to Corkett.
Timing pressure. That Rhinos defense is just bringing the heat. Again, number 90 there on the pressure. It's Michael Gilmore on the edge.
So he's quite early on, but he's made a couple of big plays in the second
He's
half.
a big fella too. I don't want that guy running in my face as I'm opening up my ribs to throw a ball downfield.
So we'll see here, 2nd and 10 for this Ravens offense. This Stiggers-less Ravens.
I like that.
That's a bit of a mouthful. Ravens offense. Mitch Bessie in at QB. Trips to the left. Just a little bit of confusion. Just
slow it down. There we go.
handoff to, is that number 30, Terrell Butcher.
Yeah.
Good for about a yard.
I think about 5.
Oh, sorry.
Looks
I was
gonna be
looking at the specs.
deceiving.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Right. Check those prescription. Go to Specsavers.
Yeah. Butcher's had a pretty decent game, but I feel like they're lacking just a little bit in the run game this year compared to years gone by.
Well, yeah, a bit of a transition now in the runners.
So Ben Curley was a good replacement last year.
Yeah, I've seen him on the sidelines too. Also on their O-line, they're missing Lathan Dan, another sort of Sun Devils rep who got injured in the last game, so I know he's hurting. So shout out to you, Lathan. I know you'll be hurt, mate. So yeah, a few missing pieces here and there and changes. So as we talked about before, it's sort of that transition period, or almost rearing its head a little. But there's definitely still a lot of experience, a few different promising people and players. And it'd be interesting to see where Terrell is in the next couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. So this will see the end of the third quarter. So everybody will take a walk down the other end of the field, and we'll continue the fourth quarter in a minute.
Again, I love the weather. I'm not a meteorologist or anything like that, but if you, I don't know if you can catch it on the screen, a little bit of haze there, but it is starting to come down just a little. And it's not even, it's not that big old fat rain. It's like that slick, sort of misty stuff that you'll get in a gin garden somewhere in West End.
Yeah, you have the centres and the QBs just going, and all the defensive players go, I love football in the rain. I'm like, yes, you don't have to hold a ball.
Football.
So Bessie, 3rd and 10.
Hey, false start on Terrell. I think he just tried to get a jump there, or maybe felt he was a bit too deep. I'm not sure what that was. It looked like he tried to adjust himself, but he might have just jumped too early.
So you'll see Bessie and Stiggers in the Ravens offense coming up, going to clap, clap, clap. That's the signal for the centre to then snap the ball essentially on him.
Correct.
A little bit different to sort of like the traditional offense would be like down set hut or down, green, red.
Yeah, it gives the time as well as that you Matt Ole at centre and the guards and the tackles will run their reads, identify the mic, and then you clap them in and they know it's time to go. Somewhere over the rainbow. Ooh. Bessie flashing off his arm there as well. That was a little 35, 40-yard pass in this weather. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
I mean, when you start throwing it from about 6'5".
Yeah, look, when you got an arm as long as my body, it sort of makes it a bit easier. You got a catapult or a trebuchet for an arm.
But brings up a 4th down for the Ravens, I believe. A 4th and 15. So I can't imagine they're going to do anything too spectacular from here. Is just put foot to leather and try and get it down.
You'd be mad to just hope for a good punt or a good snap as well, because this is big. Bad snap here would put the Ravens in a tricky situation, get a bit sweaty at the collar.
Yeah, we have Emmanuel Cos and Max Schlatter back to return this punt, if possible.
It's wet out there.
Yeah, Schlatter takes the catch, gets past Tommy, and is then collected by number 57 from the Ravens.
I believe that is Alex Redwell. He's another rookie. Loves throwing his body around. He's another guy that's going to give his all. Might have hurt his fingers there. Welcome to the sport. Your fingers will become just calcified nubs. But yeah, pressure there from Tom Hodgkinson and then into Alex Ridgewell and Florian with the assists. Great return by Schlotter there to make
make Hodgkinson miss and then
yardage.
Yardage
helps.
See Anderson handing on to Fomoli. Nice little jump cut there.
I'm very impressed, and he's kind of fanboying right now. It's fun to watch a guy like that move.
That was a sharp cut.
That was a very sharp cut, and look, good tackle from Tom to sort of get there. He's got to be key. He loves the fly in low as well. If you know, you want to see a big fella jump up in a second, so get some verts on.
See a hurdle a la like Damien Malloy in Sunbowl.
Oh yeah, that was a hoot, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a solid hurdle. We'll see Anderson here at 2nd and 9, looking to hand off to Formuoli. Oh no, to Shanks.
Yikes.
I know, I was just still trying to be a little too pretty.
Trying to do different things. It just felt a little bit too clunky.
Yeah.
Felt like the second motion man was maybe a bit too slow. I'm not too sure. Again, I'm not in that offense. But the edge as well, Jamal Sinapati, again, lineage of athletes, set that edge there to make him bounce inside. And the pursuit there from Jerry. Yeah. I mean, again, it's the flow. Both defenses have been doing this all day, flowing to the ball, which is what both coaches would be proud of that aspect.
And we'll see Anderson here on 3rd and about 14. No option really here but to drop back.
He's running.
Pulls it down and takes off. He's got a yard of
He's going.
space. He's going to find some contact, and I think he's arguably going to be a couple of yards short.
That's Jamal there, number 67, with Riley Wood getting into each other. I think it's just it's getting that time of the game where it's going to start getting chippy. There's a lot on the line for both teams.
I mean, you know, I think it was a dangerous move by Sinapati there. The play was pretty well dead.
Yeah.
So, you know, just...
Well, I don't know. It looked like he was looking down, but then still dropped it. Jamal, tell me your ways. I don't know how. You were looking at Liam Anderson, however, still dropped a shoulder.
So looking at 4th and 1 here, I'm surprised we're not seeing the wild Rhino offense that we've seen with Jordan Scanlon and others in. So we're interested to see what Anderson runs here. Just give it to Riley Wood and let him go, and I think he is going to be short.
That's Robbie Corkett. He's been playing, big leader also for the Ravens, but he's been playing on the D-line this year as well. So he's put his hand up for extra snaps, and talking to Coach Leon, he's done exceptionally well. I mean, look, when you're that size and you're an athlete, it's...
Oh, but like I've played with guys that have been that side and been a bit, you know.
Yeah.
So like, you know, well, Robbie's a big guy and a nice guy off the field. He's a pretty violent human on the field.
He is, absolute athlete. Loves the crack heads.
Yeah. We're just waiting for a
little decision to be made down here.
Might get a rare measure here.
We're measuring. Bring him out. There's all that talk in the NFL about removing the chains as well recently, which is weird. It's like
you don't mess with some traditions.
No, it's like coffee and a cigarette for some of the champions out there in the world.
So it'd be interesting to see. If we get another, I think the officials may ask for another replay. Let's see where the spot is.
It's a great decision there by Liam Anderson to pull it down. Made some great yards. Not trying to force anything down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of wonder if he maybe not cut back in, just kept going.
Perhaps. Also, as you well know, and anyone that's played, I guess, this sport as well, it's very. You need to be very quick. Things come to you quick, especially at the men's level. There's less time to think about these things and just sort of react.
Yeah, absolutely. I think and it's hindsight for us up in the sky to make judgments, right?
I love it. I love sitting here telling people what you should do when I'm absolutely rubbish.
Oh, we are getting the measure.
Look at this.
Have we had an official measurement
over
of the
under?
change?
I reckon we might just be short here by an inch or so. There you go.
I'm surprised we didn't have an official at this end checking the placement of the chains at this end.
You think there could be a bit of conspiracy going on here? Chain gate.
No. I just thought it was interesting, like the officials at this end not checking the spot of the chains.
You listen to Aaron Rodgers talk too much. I'm kidding. Don't come after me.
So we'll see the Ravens to stand strong on defense and turn over on downs. The Ravens with Mitch Bessie in at QB, dropping back, throwing over. Nice little running back screen to Chris Farrow will be good enough for a first down.
And a flag.
Late
again.
flag on the play.
Perhaps 23 on number 6. There might have been a little. Who's 23 there for the Rhinos? That
Emmanuel
is,
Cos,
yeah, Emmanuel Cos. Maybe just giving Ethan a little bit of what for on the edge there. This play was around when I was playing for the Ravens. Very, very sneaky. You get the just drop back and dump it over the D line, especially as the pressure the Rhinos have been bringing. This is easy passes that Bessie can make and contribute to the game positively, which is huge. They've gained the yards and they're also getting the extra on top of it now. Correction. Hang on.
It's against the offense.
Oh, it's against the offense. So
Number
it's
6.
against number 6.
So Ethan has gone 15 yards the other way again. So let me, as you did before, claim your mistakes. I was wrong this time.
Yeah, you always want to blame the DB, right?
Yeah. Look, Emmanuel, my apologies.
So when we talk about a screenplay, especially in the running back screen, it's what the O-line are taught to do is the snap of the ball, they block the guy in front of him or their assigned man for a second or two, and then just let him go.
Yeah.
And then the ball's popped over the top, and the guys get to run down as essentially as a screen for the running back.
I guess conventionally, it's quite common in GQ for the running back screen to be straight ahead.
Yeah.
Conventionally, you might see in the NFL like side-to-side screens, slip screens and things like that. However, it gives you opportunity. If the QB can get back, dump the ball over, you get your O-line onto that second level already. You're eliminating the D-line out of the play if it's run effectively.
Yeah, and it works really against that super aggressive D-line.
100%.
So 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Bessie throwing out to Farah, met in the backfield
Michael
by 90,
Gilmore.
and that is a great read, great hits.
He's a great player. That is awesome pursuit. Made up for that little lack of contain. Only lasted a second, got off the block and made up for it. I just want to see this again.
He's just
here.
out there waiting for him.
Yeah, looking straight through, actually. Disregard me. He's straight through out there waiting for him, pick the perfect angle and just shut him down. This is huge. This is what you want as the Rhinos do, and just giving your offense every chance they can to get the ball back and start putting some points on the board.
Yeah, the Rhinos defense played lights out tonight so far.
Oh, they
13
are.
points against this Ravens offense. And that's the thing with Bessie rolling out, looking to throw the deep ball to.
Ooh, I think that was a catch.
Oh, this is going to be
I
controversial.
think that was this. Yeah.
This is going to be controversial.
I think that was a catch.
I'm going to say with no catch.
Great effort by Ethan Kimura. So you see here, a bit of a rollout design.
Yeah, not really seeing a call from the officials here yet.
So it's a designed rollout pass there. I feel like, ooh.
Yeah, I think it's probably just.
Yeah, that is close. Yeah, hit the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the call on the field? It was
Incomplete.
called incomplete on the field, and there's nothing really to overturn it here. With the video reviews, it has to be like indisputable evidence to overturn it, and we're not seeing that here.
Great call on the field. Bang, bang play. That, to me, up here looked like a catch. So
3rd and
great
15
job.
with Bessie dropping back, throwing the screen to
Receiver screen to Ethan.
Kimura, and will fight for about 4 yards, bringing up 4th down for the Ravens.
So punt team's due to come out here. Great job again by the Rhinos D. Across the board, obviously having the pressure with Michael Gilmore and some of those other big players on the D-line there. However, their secondary is containing these big weapons in Ethan and Bones and Bess. Bess is not out there anymore. And Robbie. So everyone's doing a great. It's a full complementary team play from special teams to O to D.
Absolutely. See Mitch Bessie not leaving the field, making the punt here. Clark in motion across the field. Bessie rolling out, putting foot to ball.
That's a good little.
Schlatter shaping up like he was going to pick it up.
Good little stab.
Has that?
Leave it, Emmanuel.
No,
Brother.
You always.
I'm living vicariously through you, Emmanuel, but also.
Yeah.
Whew.
So good field position for the Rhinos. For the Ravens, sorry.
Yeah, you could almost potentially just let that bounce because now we're looking at a start for the Rhinos O here on maybe the 3rd yard line from the goal line.
Yeah.
You could potentially just let that go.
Just let it roll, and there's not much difference.
What's the difference between a 1 and a 3?
Yeah.
And then you get the touchback, you're on the 20. Is it 20 or 25 for us?
20. So
Okay.
6:43. 6:23 remaining in the 4th quarter. So starting to get to that now or never point for the Rhinos.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to start moving the ball. It's tough because now they're put in this position. I'll let you do the call.
Fuimoli with the ball makes a nice little cut and will drive the pile forward for a good 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah,
So.
for them to force their hand, as you were saying, they sort of need to make these plays, to force their hand now with the situation and what it is, to make to make big splash plays from this is, bringing into concerns of safeties or losing the ball or throwing an interception within the 30, which is, could be almost guaranteed a pick six. So you definitely have to mind your P's and Q's here, look after the football.
I mean, like, what do you do against this Ravens back?
Well, it depends. I don't know what's going on. It almost looks like they're running a cover 4, maybe a 3. They traditionally run a cover 3 base. So I guess you'd be looking at trying to target the area between the corners and the one high safety. So that's sort of, I guess if you were to break it up, so on the hash marks you can see here on the field, you'd be looking to target that on either side, or try and get Chris Clark to commit to one of your receivers and target the other over that sort of period.
Because you look across that back 4, there's those DBs, there's not a lot of weakness there, is there?
No, and that's just attacking the coverage. You still got to get past the point that this D-line's coming after you.
Oh, that is almost picked off out there.
And as I mentioned before, they're still doing that.
Reno for you.
Reno, yeah, South African fella.
Reno.
Kuchandits, yeah. South African fella, Reno. Yeah, he's I saw him in the gym last week, and my God, absolute specimen. Captain South Africa for sure. But you just saw there as well, the Rhinos are always still doing that, getting the ball and looking to pass underneath because of the depth of the D and how they're playing up, which you almost saw there, Reno breaking down the ball like I talked about. You can start reading these things because he's not going to his second and third reads.
So punt out of the end zone, comes down, big shot by Chris Clark, getting a generous roll.
That's nice. You want that as on the Rhinos D here. What would give this offense a break is Rhinos getting a turnover and turning into points.
Yeah.
It would change the game completely.
Yeah.
And then you're putting that pressure on Bessie now to manage the game a lot more and coming in short notice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still a big task, still tall order, obviously.
I mean, with 5:21 to go, thank you. The Ravens are going to be looking to just hand the ball off, and just try and grind. Yeah, just grind this out. You're going to need that big Rhinos D-line to get in there and pull that ball out and cause a turnover or do something.
Give him props as well. Because all the linemen, I've not seen many people taking breaks. The big boys are staying out there all game.
Now we'll see Bessie here at 1st and 10 on the Rhinos, Ravens 28. See Bessie pulling it and rolling out, breaking a couple of tackles, and good for, I'm going to say 6 yards, 7 yards?
6, 7, yeah. Probably only got 3 there. Again, that play there is sort of what I was talking about with those jet touch passes. They sort of tease that, but they've almost done a triple option now, essentially, which is scary and also challenging for the Rhinos D. So you have 3 eligible players. You have the QB, the running back, and the receiver in motion. So they could probably pitch, and then they got another read. So it's almost a 3 read. Yeah, that's crazy.
There's a lot to take in a short
That
time.
is nutty. Stegman, stop it, you're a mad scientist.
Bessie back, Butcher in the backfield. 2nd and 4.
Here we go again.
Motion across the field. Hands off to Butcher, and it makes a solid maybe yard.
What you might be looking here for them is to tease these runs inside. And if Ethan gets on this backside with no pursuit or no corners flowing down, he'll be sitting down there for an easy 6 yards at least. So they can just tease the run,
a little pop pass.
dump over, a little RPO.
Yeah. Saw that be pretty effective for the Stingrays juniors on Friday night with Mason Field. Just him in motion, throw it out to him, and just let the athlete do the athlete things.
It's a new offense. It's a new age.
3rd and 3 here. Bessie getting the clap in, waiting the snap. Hand off to Butcher. Pulls it. Will be enough for a 1st down and some more.
That's a nice read there by Bessie. And also great work with the secondary, running off the receivers, running off the coverage to sort of give him that space.
Yeah, because I don't think probably Butcher would have quite got there.
No.
Yeah, no, he's running to the back.
That D-line is really closed in on there, pinch the gaps in between.
Yeah, Koz and Kimura still going at it.
they've been chippy at each other, and Cos is doing good to stay in the pocket. It can be sometimes a bit daunting when you have someone that's played overseas, had all that, especially collegiate experience. You can sometimes start to second guess yourself. So, Emmanuel's doing a great job out there.
And we'll see here, Mitchell Bessie on first and down, handing off to Butcher, hit mostly in the backfield, but he's worked hard enough to make some positive yardage. So, good. He's done well tonight. While being, I wouldn't say spectacular, he's done his job. He's made the 2 and 3 yards at a time.
Yeah, it's been like an every man's back. He's doing the sort of 1 to 3 sort of downs. He's doing his duties. Might be a timeout here. The Rhinos, so looks like the defense is here is coming in and having a talk about things, which might be interesting. They might be looking to pull in some different blitz packages and things off the edge, just sort of bring that pressure.
Dial up something different.
And address sort of maybe the read option.
Absolutely.
That they've sort of been running off there, making sure that edge, having the defensive ends or the outside linebacker staying at home and watching Bessie would be key, and then trusting the rest of your defensive teammates to make the play on the running back if he hands it off.
Absolutely, because especially like when you you scheme to play against Stegman too, right? And now they've brought in a different QB who adds a different element to his game.
Yep.
Like I think Bessie's probably a little bit quicker across the ground.
Okay. Ooh.
Maybe.
It's
Or just seems like maybe it's just the long legs. But
let's get a 40-yard dash on, lads.
Or maybe more willing to take off with the ball.
Yes.
I guess that may be it. So.
Which is brings a bit of an intriguing challenge for the Rhinos there, because one, do you sort of play hard on the run and that things, but Bessie can still throw it. We saw him throw a 35, 40-yarder down the field. And you look at where they are on the field now, that's a straight shot to the end zone. So you sort of got to, again, play it safe, play fundamentals, which the Rhinos defense has been doing. It's just unlucky they've had a couple tough breaks and penalties both ways. But the score is definitely, while we're used to seeing blowouts, definitely not indicative of one team having a big advantage against the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
13-0, you probably see this almost being a one-score game or even by a field goal, with how it's been played.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's 3 or 4 minutes left, but 3:07 remaining. So, feel it's getting to that point where it's almost over, but 3 minutes in football is a long time, right?
Yeah.
So see Bessie rolling to his left even, bumps off the first one and makes about 2 yards, stretching out, maybe makes it 4.
So I got a message from the great Kenny Andres, and he said Michael Gilmore might actually be a player from Sunshine Coast back in my Colts days.
Oh, there you go.
So cannot confirm nor deny, but just thought I'd mention that. So he's definitely been around. If it is him indeed, he's definitely been around the game quite a while, which explains why he's taken to the role so easily.
Absolutely. Shout out to the OG commentator, Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny also does not know. He's just speculating, but I'm going to put that out there, and perhaps that someone might be able to find out for me.
Yeah, I'm sure someone can send that through. We'll see the Ravens leading 13-0. Just over 3 minutes left remaining in the game. 3rd and about 7 for the Ravens offense. Convert here, you kind of wonder they lock the game up?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Rhinos, no timeouts left. There we go. It's come from the officials themselves. So it's tricky because the Ravens now, all they got to do is just look after the ball, secure that, run the rock. The weather's cleared up. There's no rain. So you just got to lock that thing up and start. Look, a first down would help also. If they can convert these chains and get another first down, get another set of downs,
pretty much done.
You could probably much call it then. However, the Rhinos now can stick in there, drive them back, and at least get another drive in.
Bessie handing off to Butcher, coming back on somewhat of a counter move. Found a lot of space.
Great play by Terrell, and that's, again, something you needed. And he'll be happy with himself after that, having a pretty rough sort of rough run so far. Not rough run, but doing the 2 to 3 yards, 5-yarders, doing the hard work to get a little space like that and make a big run to help the team. He'd be loving that.
Yeah, absolutely. While he hasn't had a bad game, he'll feel great about himself now that he's broken a 10-plus yard run.
Yeah, he still seems pretty locked in. So He's come to the sideline now. Still seems locked in, having a chat with Stegman there.
Ravens taking a timeout. It's a very short-looking
blown
timeout.
in. Just blown in. Having a chat about it. So again, it sort of talks, if they can keep this clock moving, maybe another, once they get to the first down, if they convert this now, you're probably looking at a game over situation.
Chris Farah in the backfield with Mitch Bessie. Look to get the ball off, hand it off to Farah, let him rumble up the field.
Oof.
Cos gets bumped off big time.
Good job to get your body in the way, Cos.
Yep.
There's a flag thrown in.
Fuimoli in on the tackle afterwards brings the big body back Farah down.
Oh, yeah.
Looking to see what the flag is.
Interesting to see where this flag is, yeah, because if it's against the Ravens, it's...
Yeah, it is on the Ravens.
There you go. A lot of flags tonight. The boys got to... They're lucky it's the end of the season and they're doing the silly Sundays. Or who knows, Coach Chase might get them to do a couple of sprints in the street tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's that difference between the 8-man crew. So it is a hold on the Ravens offense. So, yeah, it's the difference between that 4-man and 8-man crew, right? You just can't get away with those sneaky little holds and that type of thing.
On.
Which I think is good. This is a good benchmark for any team that gets to the Sunbowl who has an 8-man officiating crew.
Yeah.
Because then you know where your issue areas are. And as the game continues to grow, once you start, if 8-man officiating crews are at every game, people are going to start realising very quick what they're doing wrong.
Absolutely.
There we go. Timeout, perhaps. 2-minute warning. There we are.
2-minute warning. So the officials timeout. So 2 minutes remaining in the 2023-24 Sunbowl. Just like to acknowledge Impact Sports as our major sponsor for Gridiron Queensland this year. Supplier of shut football equipment and many other things. Great deals going on in F7 helmets at the moment. You can get through Impact Sports or your local club. So
there we are. Yes, a lot of discussions happening with this Michael Gilmore, talking to Regan Webb as well here, reflecting that Michael Gilmore from the Sunny Coast was an absolute weapon. So if it is him, the Rhinos got a great stud there. However, if it is not this Michael Gilmore, he's still bloody fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's made great plays today. Not that you promote the injuries, he's made good hits on the QB and pressuring consistently, which has changed the game completely.
Absolutely. Bessie, 2nd and 10 here. Heading off to Farah, up the middle, finds some space. He will go all the way.
That's the exclamation point
Ravens
right there.
game.
Farah doing a little extra there. I'm surprised they don't call him that. But, yeah, Ravens game over. Again, that sort of came down to perhaps just a bit of wear and tear. The Ravens just running the ball down their throat for the last, what seems like 5 to 6 minutes. And great blocking by the O-line there, just see on that edge for Farah to get out on the outside. So
I've just had confirmation from Jenna Roop at the Rhinos. It is that Michael Gilmore.
It is that man. There you are. So the question has been answered. So the man, the myth, the legend is back. That's
11.
is. Extra point is good. So we're looking here for a kickoff with not much time left at all. Yeah, it's a tough break because the Rhinos have definitely not done anything wrong or made no real glaring errors. However, the consistency of the Ravens is just like a perpetual motion machine. Almost just keeps going, and the times where you saw in the first half, especially, that the Rhinos D and the D line were just overwhelming them at the point of contacts and making plays in the backfield. And the secondary also getting into their stud receivers like Ethan Kimura, Mitchell Bessie when he was out there when Steg was at the Q, and Bones.
Absolutely.
Which is, as well as Bones is also, it's tricky with him. While you may look at his, you may think he's not made plays as well. He does draw a lot of HR in looking after him. You've got to keep an eye on him. You can make a play from anywhere.
Absolutely.
So the Rhinos defense, definitely give yourselves a pat on the back. You've done well, but
what Coach, they get a little bit of space here.
Yeah, just that outside. There's another flag.
So
tell you what, as I said before, the boys will be happy the season's over because the amount of sprints you get on bloody Tuesday or Monday or whatever your training day is,
absolutely
would be ungodly.
I really like the way our coach, Bears, Shane Prosser, has summed up when you play the Ravens. Like they're such a well orchestrated, well rehearsed team. You like quite often feel like you're in the game with them. You're competing, and then like you have like one play that something big happens and like it'll be a turnover or they'll get a first down or something like that, and it's just like you compete for like 80 or 90% of the plays, and then like 1 in every 5 something big happens, and it's just kind of then snowballs every now and then.
And they capitalise on errors. One error as well, like you're saying, those big plays. As a cue or on offense, you fumble, throw an interception. That will change the game completely. However, when you get back in there, just consistency with that Ravens offense. Like you said, they are very well rehearsed, well coached, well trained, technically sound as well.
I see Anderson handing off.
Here we go.
The reverse.
Have a go. Oh, hold it.
Put the front, and he's...
Penny Baker the third. He's had a few people rally to him there.
So that was one of the obviously the plays that was dialed up out of the bag of tricks.
Yeah. Yep.
It avoided the whoever was shot out of a cannon. I'm not sure if it was Chris Clark, but
let me see here. I missed it.
The single reverse.
Yeah.
Who's it come down?
Yeah, he's done a good job there actually. Get away from Chris's shoulder, which is kryptonite to the common man. What was I saying before? Lost my train of thought. But yeah, that consistency. Yeah. Right, the consistency with the Ravens, OND, it's just across the board. So you got to. You feel like you're in with them, but you have to match them gaming, like play in, play out.
Yeah, like you look at the Ravens D line, like you know what's coming, you know what they're going to do, but it's stopping it. Anderson rolling out to his right.
Capewell's there with
the
pressure.
The ball to
Riley Wood.
Riley Wood gets out, good for a first down, stops the clock.
Good pressure there from Capewell on the edge there.
Yep.
And then Thomas Isako, Tommy coming in there, number 15. To get Riley Wood outside, just push him out of bounds and end the play.
Yeah.
Time would be quite scarce at this point.
Yeah.
Seems to be call for last drinks.
Yeah, I think so. Got a feel for the Rhinos.
Yeah, I definitely feel for him. It's tough because for the most part of the game, you're 2 big plays away or two good drives, 2 scoring drives away from being in this.
Slatter in motion, gets picked up. Anderson looking for someone open. Nice pick up by the O-line, number 75.
That's a nice ball, the number 11.
Deep. Oh! It is caught.
I'm actually about this. Look, I like the...
Is it Johnson? Altino is number 11 out there?
Yep, that seems to be the one.
And here comes the hurry-up offense.
I like it.
Great pick-up on the outside by number 75. Showing a bit of O-line love to Jack Burberry.
100%.
You might pick up to the backside pressure to give Anderson time to throw that ball.
He might be thinking too little too late. However, I like they're definitely not quitting. There's no quitting them. They're going to play down to the final whistle, which is what you want to see.
See Anderson drop back. I mean, they'd like to get off that donut too, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Anderson rolling around, throwing the ball, complete.
Is that a pick or a
no?
completion?
It is
85.
Incomplete.
85 again. That's Max Williams there. He's got a leg on him too. I saw him warming up on the punt before the game. So him and Riley were booting some rockets together.
Yeah, and just hearing through the officials, they're going to have a look at the catch. It looked like it was into me, but I mean, I'm on my tippy toes looking down into the corner.
Yeah.
So.
I can't see. There's a giant structure in front of me, so I was relying on you for that one.
I'm glad you're not calling me the giant structure. So we'll see the
5 seconds.
5 seconds remaining, so you might see one more play here from the Rhinos.
Be good to get, like I said.
It looks like they have called it complete,
okay.
So looking to get in soon. We have the Wild Rhino offense.
We've got Michael Gilmore back there. It's been called back. That was Florian Ziegler, the Swiss Lima, with the tackle. But
I don't think I ever noticed the actual the Lima tail when we played him, but I guess because I was playing front on.
Of course. I mean, if you see the Lima tail on the back, it's usually a bad sign. He's got a pick 6 or something like that.
That is true. So a 5-yard penalty on the Rhinos. I guess we'll see the Wild Rhino type offense come back out.
Yes.
Go away. And
so they got the Michael Gilmore there as the QB there.
Oh, no, they're going to stick with it.
Yeah.
Just going to try and rumble this one in.
I think Michael also played QB for the Spartans back in the day too.
Well, there you go.
off memory.
He picks it up, runs to the edge, and he's almost there. He's
There you
escaped
go.
Clark, and
go.
he will score.
That's a good sign for things to come. You keep this core team. You use little packages like this that potentially could have been used earlier on. However, we're looking at two teams that have been bashing each other for the last 2 hours. So fatigue can definitely play into a factor. But that was great execution by both teams. Maybe a little bit of luck with that. The catch from, who was number 11 there? Johnson at El Tima. Sort of good big play there to sort of get in this position now to take the donut off. So a little bit of consolation there, but definitely doesn't make up for a Sunbowl loss, which can be bloody devastating.
Absolutely, I'm going to hear. I'm sure we're going to hear some country roads echoed out
Almost
across the
West
Langlands
Virginia.
past landscapes.
Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Yeah, definitely will be played.
So we'll see the Rhinos here go for two in that same wild Rhino type offense. Gilmore looking to run to the opposite side, and he breaks a tackle, but is still
He's
well
still
wrapped
up.
up.
Oh, now he's finally down, but it's that's definitely a lot of good things to look forward to the Rhinos. We sort of talked about it before. There is a passing of the guard almost with the Ravens at the moment.
Yeah.
So who knows what both these teams are going to look like next year. The sort of status of them, who sticks around, who's gone.
I think the chat's always been about, the starting to be about when does the Ravens dynasty end.
Yeah. Well, look, now it's 5 in a row now, so they've tied for the most consecutive, which is a huge achievement. So we've probably got 1 second left or something like that. Is that it? Yeah. So this is literally
We'll see the
consolation
kickoff
kickoff, and who knows what happened. They might picture this kickoff. Unrealistic fumble from either Chris Clark or Ethan. Return for a TD, and then we're within. So then by the end of it, it's like, and then they convert the two.
Yeah,
so we're 14-20, and we're like, wow, that was a close game, which is still very close. But
I don't think, it's not a big score. I still don't even think the score really represents
not very
the game.
indicative. Definitely not.
Yeah.
And not that it's a blowout by any stretch. But as we sort of mentioned before, it's like it could have been a 6-0, just by a field goal at least,
But then I think, you probably...
They tried an onside kick here, the Rhinos, which has been met with some jeers from the Ravens sideline.
Well, the Ravens didn't look real interesting coming out and
they were
returning
not
that
very
kick.
interested, so it definitely keeps them aware. I think they caught a little bit of a break there. Did they call a timeout? Cheeky. At least someone's paying attention on the sideline there. Definitely a note for next time. If they're out in the field, get out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Ravens machine marches on.
Yes,
and
it does.
The Rhinos are yet again the bridesmaids.
Yeah, well, look, pretty good-looking bridesmaids too. You'd definitely be chatting to them at the bar. So who knows? Again, I could see a lot of potential with another year of Liam Anderson developing. Is this his first year at Q at all?
I think so, yeah. I think it's the first or second, yeah.
Which is huge. You lead your boys to the big dance. Come up short, I bet, but you've still sort of competed. You made some big splash plays. All it needs to sort of be there is, I guess, focus on fundamentals.
Yeah, I'm going to say something controversial.
Okay, hit it.
You've got two really, really great QBs at your club. How do you keep them both? Because obviously they both want to play football, right?
Yeah, I think, again, it might speak more to the culture of the Rhinos, we sort of talked about before, right? They had a lot of buy-in from guys like Mitch from the juniors when Coach Booker and things was there. So I guess it's a lot of fair catch. Well, I don't know if you can fair catch for someone else. Can you?
I'm not sure.
I think Ethan was fair catching for Tommy, so interesting. But yeah, I guess it speaks more to the culture. They have a lot of guys who return consistently year on year, juniors who come up to play and don't go to other clubs, which we've seen happens with the Ravens especially. A lot of people like to go over there because, I guess the pedigree, the championships, I guess the level of coaching and things like that as well. So they retain all their players, which is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. Thank you, Jenna. His second year, he was a rookie last year with the juniors.
There you go. So again, we're talking about that junior development.
Yeah.
So the Ravens have a lot of potential, but the Rhinos do. But the Ravens here have done their 5th in a row. They're pretty elated on the sidelines, it seems. So a big cheer from their sideline.
Congratulations to the Bayside Ravens.
Yeah, congrats, boys. I'm sure we'll hear John Denver come on anytime soon, probably after the trophy's been lifted. I imagine their Silly Sunday is going to be pretty messy tomorrow, so more power to them. There'd be sore heads on Mondays, but they'll probably keep it going till
Till Tuesday.
the Sunbowl going.
Yep.
What? Couple of whiskeys,
Yes.
couple of tequilas. Yeah. See how they go.
I guess that probably about wraps it up for us tonight. Thanks, Liam, for joining me in the
It's
box.
been a pleasure, man. It's been a pleasure.
It's been fun. Thanks to everyone out there listening in the world of KO. We'll see you again next season.
Yeah. See you when I'm looking at you.
Indeed. Bayside Ravens, Sunbowl 23-24 winners. Good night, folks.